live?
You should be. Give it a sec.
A little second.
Well, maybe. Who knows? Sometimes it's picky. There we go.
We are live.
We are live.
All right.
That needs the way to use how many so you don't always see it immediately.
Yeah. But now I'm starting to get a feed here, so...
Which is why I always say, like, we should have, like, a pre-show of images and music.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm just muting that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute that. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pokemon Gale of Darkness. I'm Zayden, host of the channel. With me is Skylert and Ryken, and today we have a guest star from a friend of Skylert's.
That's right, he's a good buddy of mine from the Middle Ground forums. He's done some really informative reviews that I really like. He's helped me get a little bit interested in Kamen Rider from what I saw from Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. Pretty damn good show. Ladies and gentlemen who are here, the Des Shinta.
Searching, destroy, done it, box me.
Ha ha ha.
Hello?
You gotta do it at least once. Alright, now for those of you who are interested in the channel, it is in the description. And alright, let's just get right into it, guys.
Alright, so where were we last time?
27 Shadows, 15 Purified, and I think we were getting the scooter upgraded.
It was the scooter to upgrade.
We were trying to hover scooter, because our shit wheel scooter was just still too shit for doing anything, really.
Alright, I shall be watching the chat room, talking to people who are there. But yeah, Des, it's great to have you in the live stream. I've been talking about trying to get you in one of these things forever.
Not forever, a couple weeks. As far as I've been aware of them.
Well, with the guys here. I've been trying to be like, yeah, I can get one of my friends on Skype to, like, joining to the conversations and contribute to the arguments.
Or the debates, yeah. I am, in the meantime, busy in Final Fantasy XIV because I just really want to get grinding and it done. And I have been having server issues all day because of fucking Stormblood pre-orders.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm still waiting for my computer to get upgraded before I go ahead and make my purchase for Stormblood.
Wait a minute. My friend Lighty, who used to be my girlfriend, she told me that she got into Stormblood and she showed me Samurai gameplay and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah, no, today was the first day of pre-order early access.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to get back in.
I've been having server issues all day because I've got about 16 days left on a thing where I'm grinding for the PvP power armor. Thing is, I've got most of the armors now. I just need to get characters up to the proper level to actually put them on so I can actually get footage of recorded for something I'm doing in October.
Right as we walk in, right?
Right as we walk in, the frickin' email just happened. But yeah, like, she managed to get in, and from what I saw of the Samurai gameplay, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to grab.
I've done everything I can to help you get up in that game.
Yeah, I'm partying with, like, 2 samurai right now in the Palace of the Gale. I gotta admit, they look pretty badass.
Alright, Ryken, Skyler, no more excuses. You guys need to get back on board.
Yeah.
Sorry, I would have played, but I had to come over here.
Samurai sword, and when they withdraw it, it looks like a katana version of a lightsaber. Like, not...
What?
No, because the you guys haven't gotten there yet, since you haven't really beaten the main original Realm Reborn. But Palace of the Dead gives you light weapons. Weapons made of light. And so, for the katana, you're literally pulling out a katana of light.
No, I mean, this is a physical sheathed sword that we pulled out. It looks like an actual lightsaber. Not the Palace of the Dead lightsaber, light weapon, but something that
there's another one.
Glows. Like Travis Touchdown Swordy, No More Heroes, but more katana shaped than just a beam of energy.
That's so cool! That's so cool! Holy shit! Sold, fucking sold.
Good. Maybe that'll fucking get you to level up.
Well, parents are going to be out of town in July throughout August, so I'm going to be getting money to play 14 online.
Come on. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, don't fall.
Actual platforming in my Pokememes, am I right?
I bet you're happy hearing about a core Pokemon game for the Switch.
Well, it was only a matter of time.
Speaking of E3 stuff, holy shit, Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
I played the Metroid games, any of them. I tried to, okay, I'm rephrase. I played Metroid Prime as a rental, but as I was so young, I really didn't get it. back then, but even without knowing that, I've always wanted to play the Metroid games due to simply liking Samus from the Smash Brothers games. Like, she was my main through the first 3 of them, and it was only after Melee that I found out she was a girl, so that was
I found out that she was a girl from 64's instruction manual, dude. I'm like, who is this guy? Why is he so hard to beat?
I can't even be mad.
And it goes, Samus Aran, the famous female bounty hunter. I'm like, Samus is a girl? What?
No, that's still a running joke. Like, even in a lot of skits, they put Samus in her suit, and then they're like, holy shit, that dude was hitting on me, and it turns out to be a girl.
Well, for me, I rented Smash Brothers 64, so it didn't come with the instruction manual, so...
Back in the good old days of renting.
The propensity for information databases on the internet.
Well, sometimes Blockbuster put the instruction manual in the games you rented.
Well, it depends if someone stole it yet or not.
Yeah, that's the case.
That's also true.
That was also true.
But yeah, I think you would really like the 2D Metroids because they're about exploration and finding stuff to power yourself up, kind of like an RPG, but not really.
It's a mixture of the styles, kind of like Legend of Zelda. It's not straight RPG, but it utilizes some of the aspects.
Yeah, pretty much.
For better comparison, the Batman Arkham games.
Oh, that's actually a good comparison. Actually, the Arkham games are kind of like Metroid in that regard.
Yeah, I would love to play a Metroid game based on the Arkham format.
Where Samus is beating the crap out of everybody?
Well, no, it's just like make it third person with like the hook, and then she's just like exploring an area, and she has to stealth around. Metroid Fusion remake, full 3D Arkham style.
No, that's...
Stealth against the armor.
That's exactly what that's what Fusion was supposed to be, like stealthy against FAX, because it's got all this shit.
Right, but it's got your armor from Super Metroid.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Now that we have seen that Metroid 2 is getting a full-on remake, which I'm really excited for.
That actually explains them shutting down that fan project.
Yeah,
too.
and that's why people are like, why'd you shut it down, Nintendo? You really don't care about fan projects.
They're like, no, we won't say. And everyone was so mad, but now it makes a lot of sense, because they were clearly working on this for the last few years.
And it looks so good!
I think it would have worked better if they just contacted the paper back and asked them to do a confidentiality agreement to let them in on it, take it down. It's like, give an explanation to the creator, have him let people know that he's okay with this, because he got to talk to my Nintendo, he doesn't need to say anything more than that.
That's probably what happened.
Well, it's not, because it was really messy. The problem I think they had, though, is after Smash Bros, they're just kind of anal about the internet in general. Like, the entire reason Smash 4 does not have a Subspace Emissary mode or story mode is because you can watch it on YouTube. That was what they stated. They want you to play the game, they don't want you to watch it, and if it's available, they feel it'll hurt their sales, so they'd rather not have it at all.
Well, that is Sakurai hates Melee players.
Well, Sakurai hates Smash Bros.
Melee, I think even Melee fans hate Melee players at this rate.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear about me ranting about that guy who was complaining about his GameCube controller not being his one? I'm like, what a piss baby. Piss baby cries because he can't cheat at a Melee tournament.
Yeah, using a button controller specifically for that instead of relying on actual fucking skill.
I mean, again, if you had a fight stick for Street Fighter and you had a secret button that you pressed that let you do a ship animation guard that breaks through a defense for a Shoryuken for Ryu, that is cheating. In every other scenario, you would be booted out of the tournament. Indubitably indeed. We forgot you were here. Feel free to talk.
Long day.
No, not really.
Oh, so you're so chilled out. You didn't
You have to be chilled out. Wait for work. I might have to look for refrigerators again.
Oh, that's always hot.
Fun indeed.
Oh, poor Huntails.
I like Huntail. I don't know what it is, but I really like Huntail.
It should be the attacking one, not the defensive one.
I know, right?
I mean, it's got a jaw. That should be an attack.
Where's the giant jaw? It's probably no reason to fight.
But it's not
Hey,
the
no, it
exact
has the
Pokemon.
bite moves. It has bite, crunch, and getting like ice back too. Like, but
Does it get strong jaw?
I don't think so.
No.
To be fair, how many Pokemon actually have strong jaw?
Oh yeah, it's just Tyrantrum. You're right. Which is an awesome fucking Pokemon.
Feraligatr should have that shit.
Should.
Oh god.
Maybe they will. In the Gold and Silver remake, when they did Fire Red, Leaf, or Red, Blue, and Yellow, they gave them their hidden move, their hidden ability. Wouldn't it be cool if they did that for Gold and Silver, that they gave Feraligatr, like they gave them each a new ability, like when you upload it.
Yeah, Des is still waiting for
Damn,
his
now you
turn.
got now I really gotta get it.
Well, maybe I'll finally get Soul Silver back. No, I'm just fucking with you.
What you say, Des? Sorry about that.
I can't see my
Your third gen imports onto the 3DS so you can play your GBA Poland games.
That's true. Emerald version is
I
superior.
really haven't done much with the 3DS Virtual Console. I haven't actually used my 3DS much at all lately.
Hey, Shelly P, welcome to the live stream. And yes, we do have a Jolteon.
Yeah, it seems to be favorite. Jolteon seems to be the favorite overall.
No, Vaporeon. Yeah, it's better, but Vaporeon is just really loved by the community.
I don't know why everyone hates Flareon, especially now. Like, Flareon's good now. But everyone's still like, no, Flareon sucks.
They gave it its physical. Yes, it does.
Not
gave it
only
flare
did they
blades.
give it the physical special split in Gen 4, but now it has physical moves like Flame Wheel, Flare Blitz. And they charge.
Dragon Slayer.
Oh,
What was that, Des?
Sylveon the Dragon Slayer.
Sylveon's too gay for me. I'm sorry. It's even
That's
if
why
it's,
you get a female version.
it doesn't matter. It's still too gay. Even as a female, I'm like, holy shit! It's hot pink with like shades of pink, baby blue eyes, and ribbons all over its fucking body.
And it blows things up with power.
Yes, and friendship. Don't forget friendship. That's like, is that the Sailor Moon character?
No, Sylveons are too sociopathic for friendship.
Well, no, it's gotta be friendly to you at least.
You're really having a hard time with this guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
This guy's not just some regular scrub. Is that Naps?
I believe it is.
It is now.
So yeah, he's not just some scrub.
It hasn't really leveled.
Well, we're not grinding. We're just kind of running through the story. Because once we get through this, we're gonna go through Emerald version Nuzlocke. That's gonna be good.
Don't hit B this.
You should treat it for heavens.
Have you seen its hair?
They're naming.
I've seen its hair. I wasn't really thinking that as rabbits.
Well, without going to transformation forms and keeping with the DBZ theme, he's the only one who has like ridiculously long hair.
I was thinking demon possessed Yusuke from
I don't know.
show.
That name doesn't fit though. Like that would require one hell of a name.
Just call him Yusuke.
Yeah, but then it'd be really odd because most people would be like, "Why is that Yusuke?" And then we'd have to be, "Well, that's demon possessed Yusuke for that one scene in the show that was really cool, but not everyone's seen."
You'll laugh at this, Des. When we were in college, I told him about Yu Yu Hakusho. He's like, "What the fuck is Yu Yu Hakusho?" I'm like, "You've not watched it?" He goes, "No, I haven't."
Nope.
So I had a moment where we didn't see Death Note on it, but I made him watch like a couple of episodes. He's like, "Okay, I'll watch the rest." Then a few weeks later, comes with me, "Yo, Sky, holy shit, Yu Yu Hakusho is fucking awesome." I'm like, "I fucking told you."
I have it on Blu-ray, but it's only 960p. I didn't know that was a thing until I got this.
Yeah, it was on an on-quality range for an HBO press, right?
Wait, what's the difference?
So much you can do with standard definition. I just found them for cheap some Farscape Blu-rays, and they have standard definition for all that because they lost the master copies of the series.
Ooh, they lost it.
Interesting tangent since you were mentioning Sailor Moon earlier. Yu Yu Hakusho's writer and Sailor Moon's writer, they are married.
Yeah, I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be crazy as a crossover.
Confusing to tell people when those two shows come in tandem.
You think they would have a crossover at this point? I mean, they're married and they're happily married.
And they're pretty well. Yu Yu Hakusho Hakusho's writer is pretty inconsistent in what he does. I mean, he's also behind Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, Hunter x Hunter's taking too long.
I always forget that they don't actually pronounce the X-Men.
Like, I don't know. I
knows that series is known for hiatus.
Yeah, like, it's almost worse than Berserk at this point with its hiatuses. I'm like, really, dude, just finish it. This can't be this big epic storyline.
Yes, it can, and it will. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter either.
I mean, like,
It's not bad.
No, I heard it's not
are
bad.
Understandable. I mean, I know Beat the Vandal Buster fans were happy when that
I gotta continue watching
going
it,
again because its artist became ill, and the writer of it and the artist of it are like they equally split the talent between its development. So it's not like you replace the artist and have it be the same because he actually gives like peer review / feedback / developmental review with the writer.
Really?
Yeah, the writer works better in collaborations. It's not like he puts the idea, he crafts the story and then has the artist write it. No, there's more collaboration between the two of them.
That makes sense. But anyway, so Des, that Microsoft panel for E3, boring as hell, wasn't it?
It's so boring!
And me and you talked about this in the Skype chat. We talked about how Microsoft was bragging about how, the Xbox One X is the most powerful console in the gaming market today. There is no console just as powerful. I'm like, really? Because the specs look exactly like that of the PlayStation 4. The only thing is,
like barely above, but like the difference in quality is not worth the extra $100 it costs.
$499 US.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. What gets me is, it doesn't matter how powerful your console is, or how weak your console is, if you have no games for it, or nothing worth buying the console over...
Which they only showed a few games that they had exclusive, and everything else was third-party.
Like, that's the problem the Switch is having right now. It literally only has 2 games to its name that are worth getting, really. Breath of the Wild and Arms.
Mario Kart 8.
That's a remake, that doesn't count.
Is going to have backwards compatibility, and you can't just sell your console on backwards compatibility alone.
Well, Nintendo's been doing a pretty good job of that.
Okay, yeah, but it's like, you can't have it as the main feature for your entire game library.
No, that's true. It has to have stuff on its own to stand up.
And the problem with the Xbox One X is they revealed some exclusives. State of Decay 2 looks good. Sea of Thieves looks freaking great. Me and Dooms were talking non-stop about how that could be a return to Rare Studios' former glory. But here's the problem. Every exclusive that they have is also on Windows 10.
Well, Windows 10 is Xbox.
It will expire after time for a bunch of them, and they'll go to the other consoles. So it's like, you want to play first? Get the Xbox, or you play it on Microsoft 10 or Windows 10. But if you want it for your normal consoles, just wait a bit. I know there's, of course, the impatient people who will go for that immediately, but the smart... God damn it, I just lost the server again. The smart people will just wait for the ones that will go to the systems they have, and thus there's no real incentive to buying this new expensive thing where you could... When you could
That's Flamethrower.
It is.
Holy shit.
Wait, or B, buy something that's $100 cheaper and spend that extra $100 on the fucking games.
Exactly. And Des, hey, we got Flamethrower finally. DeBoer can finally learn Flamethrower.
Woo! Do we want to use that, or do we want to save that?
There's
Because
no other better
Flamethrower soon enough?
No, there's no other better fire-type Pokemon at this point in the game.
No, I'm saying, like...
I think he does. I don't know how further down the road
Why?
it is.
It makes sense to teach a demon Flamethrower. Like, all sorts of sense. Or Brick Break. I really like Brick Break.
Brick Break's a good move.
It is a good
It's
move.
a damn good move.
Yeah, just get rid of Ember. Flamethrower is great.
Yeah, okay. Alright. I just don't... My thing is, I don't like to run out of PP, so I try to keep as... Like, if I have a heavy power move, I
Doesn't
won't...
Hound Doom learn Flamethrower?
That's what I was saying, yeah.
7 levels, but we're nowhere even close to level 32 for it to learn it.
break. We'll save that for
Well,
Aggron.
Fire Blast.
No.
Yeah, it has Fire
Stronger,
Blast.
even though it has lower accuracy.
Oh, we do. It does have Fire Blast. I just realized we have Ice Beam and we haven't taught that to Guru yet. But yeah, Des and I were just being so snarky about the Microsoft panel. Because they're like, and now we're going to turn it off to our partners at EA. And everybody's screaming, no!
It's so dumb, but it's so cool, but it's so dumb.
That's why he's the legendary Super Saiyan! He's so cool,
You
but
can-
he's so dumb!
You can suck a giant legendary Super Saiyan cock.
You were laughing too, don't you?
No, it was
fucking
funny,
lie.
but
Don't
I
you
love
fucking
Broly. You
lie.
shut up. Broly is, like, ridiculously cool. Yes, I'll admit he has a dumb motivation, and it's an easy thing to fix.
I got upset at Kakarot because he wouldn't stop crying as a baby.
Yes, Broly's sensitive, damn it! How can you be so mean?
They had such a better motivation behind his rage that he just redirected into this, like, compounding of errors and, oh hey, here's this childhood tormentor. I have the power now, I'm gonna kick his ass.
No, they should have just put it at Vegeta. That would have made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, no!
You forgot the item, right?
God damn it.
And now you're gonna have to do the whole thing again.
Not now.
Wah, 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 wah.
Don't run, don't run. Do it. Stealth mode. Do.
So, whose
Damn
Pokemon's
it!
power will be maximum?
Gardevoir.
What?
No, we named her Cauliflower, not Kale.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, right.
So no, we don't have a legendary Pokemon yet.
Well, they don't show up until, like, the end of the game anyway.
So if we get a Dragon or Dragon Tier, we're gonna name them either Broly or Kale.
You mean Salamence?
Well, Dragon or Dragon Tier. So like Tyranitar, because we do get a Larvitar.
Yeah, but only when you trade it.
Yeah.
And you can't nickname it, remember?
Oh, that's true. We could breed it by trading it to Leaf Green.
But you have to beat the game first.
Trade it to
That is
Clefs.
such an irritant with Fire Red and Leaf Green. Do you know how long it took me to figure out about the 7 Isles because it's not in the fucking guidebook?
Yeah.
That was pretty annoying.
I mean, nowadays it's pretty easy because everything's on the interwebs, but
Oh yeah, but back in the day...
no, back in the
day, it was a nightmare.
Even in college, after the game had been out for 5 years, I was still like, wait, how do I do this again?
And I had to instruct him on, like, okay, go here, then go there.
And when I did it recently, following the guide, because I didn't want to remember, and I'm just like, holy shit, it was this easy? Really? It was this straightforward? There's only like 4 steps? It felt like 20!
It seems like it takes longer because it's a tedious 4 steps.
Yeah, you have to wander around, and if you don't know where you're going, it'll take forever. You were right the first time, Ryken. Like, when you had that, you had it spot on. Just, you forgot to actually get it.
Derp.
Now, I liked it better when they just released the whole Napex thing in pretty much every other game.
No, I think I like where they're going with it now. Where your Pokedex is tied to your bank.
Which is fine.
So that way, they don't have to be like, oh, well, here's the National Dex. It's just like, okay, you're outside of the game, have your Pokedex, and you don't have to catch them all in every single game.
Oh my god, I just realized something.
What's up?
If there's a core game coming to the Switch, that means Pokebank is going to be on the Switch.
Probably, yeah, it'll be through the Nintendo Network.
That way you can then transfer things
Everything
from your 3DS to your Switch. That's genius! That's so genius!
Yeah, that's why everyone was okay with the bank. Even though it was the first subscription Nintendo did, which was the $5 a year, which is nothing.
Which is not. That's like...
It was ridiculously well priced.
Considering it's just some server space and it's relatively small per person, they made so much money off that alone, I'm sure.
Oh, you know they have. Like they've made a lot of money off Amiibos.
Oh god!
So many Amiibos!
Sure, I'll get you. No.
Wait, sure.
Everybody's getting into the collectibles market, and admittedly, those were a pretty cheap way to cash into it, all things considered.
Hey Des, you know what though? At least the Amiibos are much better constructed than anything Bandai of America has been putting out right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, Gundam models are fine, but those are direct from Japan.
To be fair, also, aren't those like 60, 70, 80 bucks a pop?
They are.
No, that's depending on which grade you get.
Well, okay, what's the cheapest version of the grade? What's the cheapest one?
Des, what is that, actually?
High grade.
Well,
Cheapest version of what now?
Of a Gundam model.
High grade.
That would be the regular grades.
yeah, but how much is that?
Like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
20.
144 scale. Gundam. I can actually look this up because I'm still waiting for the server, my server to come back online.
Well, we're glad to have you on the stream, though.
Gundam model kits are currently going for 20 bucks a pop.
Regular Gundam models?
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think that's it for
I
here.
the master grades because I like the extended period and
no, that's the way we
better
came from,
training
so-
instruction, and those usually go for around $50
Alright,
to $60.
come
50 to
forward.
60 for a model?
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
like I
And
said,
then that's where you
one of
fought
them is
Naps.
building them for me, and then I have
Mhm.
something nice to
This is where you fought Naps, so this should be the exit.
The master grades are pretty elaborate construction. They're
Yes, they are.
in the 1/100 scale.
Yeah, that's
Now,
why I like buying them.
They still go up from there to the perfect grades, which are 1/60th scales, like what would be a comparable size? A little taller than a person's head.
What?
Alright, we can- yeah,
And
that's
they
it.
have a lot of small internal parts.
Oh god, that sounds like a nightmare to mess with.
It's not that bad.
I got a couple of them for Christmases over the course of a few years. In hindsight, those were ridiculously bad choices for gifts. And, you know, like, I can do literally nothing with the ones I got, but it was still, it took me about 8 to 10 hours to build those.
8 to 10?
Yeah.
Does that include, like, putting it
Oh
together
god, we're gonna get
regularly?
raped.
Piece by piece, yeah.
See, this is why I don't do models, because it takes too long to build them.
Well, the regular grade, the 144 scale ones, they take about an hour. Master grade's about.
He stole our snag machine.
Oh no, our snagging machine is gone.
What a dick.
But yeah, in hindsight, those were probably not the best things to go for way back in the day, since those are really expensive.
And like you've been telling me, Bondi of America's molds are just really cheap and breaking apart, even when they're supposedly the best of the best material.
Well, the Gundam model kits are all done by Bandai of Japan, so yeah, there's not actually an issue of quality with those. But Bandai of America is like, they sell stuff that's that cost them $5 to make for $30, and it's like, you're ridiculously overpricing these products for how cheap the materials and construction are for them. It's like, it's not really worth the value.
It's a lot like scalpers on like eBay and Amazon for like rare amiibos, where they're like, here, pay $40 for this $20 2-pack amiibo set. I'm like, dude, what? I know you're trying to make your money back, but that's a little ridiculous.
No, actually, that's not even that ridiculous. Each amiibos.
And I actually really like what Nintendo overall did with the amiibos, how affordable they are, because they are about the correct price point for both the plastics, the molding, the stand, and the RF technology within them. Though Japan, with its various toys, has done RFID chip technology for a while now. I can kind of track that back to the mid-2000s when they were more using those.
That's a long time to be doing that
Something
kind of
12
stuff.
years ago.
Yeah.
No. They first appeared in their popular media as a way to do stuff like that as early as the rationale for the, how they would scan the cards with the dual discs. There were microchips or RFID reading technology built into the cards, which was how that whole thing worked with holograms and how it authorized all the cards, because each of the dual discs or the dual platforms would have computers that would read those and whether things would be legal loops or not. And then of course expanded into real world stuff like the collectible battleships in the Mega Man game, the real life version of the Mega Man stuff. Where
Wait, Wait, so Japan actually had
maybe
dueling
you're
arenas?
visual with the Game Boy games, and also Nintendo's e-reader cards from around that same period.
So wait a minute, Japan actually had dual arenas where the monsters did become holograms?
No, I'm saying that that's an example in their popular media of...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was about to fucking say, because I'm sitting over here, it's like, damn, why don't we have that shit?
Well, we also are running out of arcades, because people don't like arcades here in America.
In the late 2000s, they kind of did something special with hollow Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you would get from the dual terminals, so the dual terminals could actually read the cards, but at full-on implementation of that gimmick for the entire Konami card game, yeah, no,
It would take too long.
And something more limited.
It would take too long to do
It
every
would just
single
be a new
card.
set. It would just be a new set. They'd only have to focus on the new stuff, and then as the series goes on, they could re-release. It would just be more money for them, really.
You're talking about millions of cards in different types, though.
Not everyone would have them. It's definitely doable.
It's doable, it's just ridiculously impractical. It would be better to build a system that could actually scan the actual card picture and have it recognize that, and then relate it to that. And like I said, with the dual terminal thing, where they had specific mosaic paneling, which the dual terminal things could read, that's not entirely out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, but then once your card is like damaged in any way, it wouldn't be really usable.
Yeah. And
That's true. It would need to be a system that would be able to understand the majority of the picture, and not like required to read the entire thing for it to work. Even a simpler solution would still be complicated.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, to turn Yu-Gi-Oh! To resemble the show would be complicated as hell, just in the concept alone.
and nobody trusts Konami right now.
Yeah, nobody trusts Konami right now.
No, not even with cards. Especially. We had this argument last week.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it.
And that was even before the news broke about them blacklisting anyone who stopped working at them, so they could no longer use Konami as a work history on their resume.
Don't they have to legally?
Blacklist them?
No, to list their history.
Yes, they do.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but that's the problem. Konami is suing any of them that actually cites them. So Japan has this issue where if you're fired or leave a company for any reason, wherever you find work next, you have to start from the bottom because of pretty much being blacklisted from your gigs. Where Konami's just taking this to the next level of the extreme in that whole douchebaggery. Like, say you're a corporate executive that's, for some reason gets fired. They're not going to just go to another company and say, I'm a corporate executive. Yeah, no, you're getting hired on as a salary that, and you have all that experience and that because you got fired.
Unless your name is Hideo Kojima.
Unless your name is Hideo Kojima, there are, of course, exceptions. But, that's kind of mistakes in the work ethic, but the societal expectation is not so much enforces, but incentivizes company loyalty. So, like, you can go looking for another job elsewhere, but you're fired for things as well as the company, thus any new hirees, any new place you want to be hired would then have a instinctual, not quite instinctual, but I'm blanking on the word I want to use, but instinctual distrust for that person that's trying to be fired by them.
Which you did see in the short form because the character that got fired was John, who got a new job the moment he got the Innova.
You mean like, well, to be fair, the delivery guy, right?
Yeah, the delivery guy.
He worked for his parents.
wait, he got fired by his parents?
No, what happened? He hasn't played Persona 4, and he keeps
I've
saying
never
that,
played a Persona game.
yeah, and he's like, oh no, they're not good games. I'm like, they're fucking awesome games. You shut your whore mouth.
I said I don't want to play a game that's half of a dating simulator.
Plus, he was fired and he was forced out of his previous position because he was a politician their business was a local delivery service.
Fucking try attack. It's screwing us over. Yetta is not getting wrecked. Oh, I see
Try
what
attack is literally my favorite move in the whole franchise.
No, I see what you're doing there. You're rolling
It's
the
not the best move, but its ability to deal out three different status ailments is depending on what's the randomized right now. It makes it
This Zangoose.
No, this Zangoose shitting on us. Holy shit, because it's a shadow type. Everything's super effective.
Well, we haven't been grinding either, so.
Well, Zangoose is kind of stupid. So that plus everything is super effective, kind of wrecking our day.
Another try attack.
I mean, Andy's got a pretty good setup. Doduo weakens, Zangoose finishes off.
That mud slap should be pretty.
That's what, the third mud slap? It's still only a 30% reduction. Stage is down or different stages?
Yeah. Oh shit, don't get moved first. Awesome.
Well, yeah, Dorkness. Thunder! Thunder!
Thunder!
Thunder. Oh!
And your Doduo is dead.
Megatta's still in level, but Jolteon is level 30. Woo! Double
kick.
kick!
Ooh, actually, yes.
I want that. I want that.
Get rid of quick
wait.
attack.
Priority.
Oh, we don't have any abilities to light, do we?
The problem is Thunder Shock is...
It hits better than Thunder. We have not found Thunderbolt, so...
Yeah, we would need to get rid of something else for Thunderbolt, so...
But it doesn't learn Thunderbolt naturally. For some...
which is odd.
You'd think it would. It did in Generation 1.
The only reason to keep Thunder, you probably guys have already probably done it, is was in Gen 3 the point where they did the whole
The weather mechanic?
rain condition for the field allows Thunder to have turns and accuracy.
I believe... Yes, it did.
That
because
was
that's
Gen
when-
2, actually. That was Gen 2. Rainy
Well-
day and sunny day were introduced now.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think they actually applied the Thunder or Fire Blast. But I remember this because Kyogre could learn Thunder, and that was OP as hell.
And then Rayquaza was like, hey bitch, he's like, shit.
Yeah, but you don't take Kyogre to go fight Rayquaza. You try to catch Rayquaza, you don't try to kill it.
No, I mean, like, if you fought
But no,
somebody with a
or-
Kyogre and you had Rayquaza in the background.
Yeah, but still, like, you throw it out and here's Thunder. Or here's free Rain Dance, and it learns, and you can teach Thunder. Why not?
And I say get rid of Light.
Kind of like how the
I mean, we have
Groudon
a
was
Dark
Solar
type.
Beam.
Yeah, but it's good to be, like, trying to mix it up.
Alright, yeah, go ahead and get rid of Quick Attack.
Yeah, quick attack it is.
I mean, it is a priority, but you're right. Type diversity is kind of a big deal.
Oh, I forgot. I promised something. If last week I said if Square Enix revealed anything about Kingdom Hearts 3, I would humbly take back all my bitching and apologize to them immediately.
They of course had a new trailer premiere January 3, not part of the show, but still released to that.
Time for it yet. So,
Yeah.
Square Enix?
The game's anywhere near complete because of all they showed off from the same goddamn stage.
And Twilight Town.
Something on us.
Yeah. So, Square Enix, I apologize. I take back all the bitching I did about you doing 2.8,
Which is considerable.
which is considerable at this time. But, if you showed something for Kingdom Hearts 3, you're off the hook for now, and apparently in July you're going to show a lot more stuff. So, for now, I apologize. Just keep working on it.
Yeah, I got some news on that front though.
Final Fantasy VII takes priority. Damn it!
I was referring to the 14 balance cubes. You know the really awesome thing about 14, where if you train up another class, you could then gain abilities to use with any of your other classes?
Yeah, I heard they were taking that out.
Yeah, it's gone.
That sucks.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming, but aren't they, I thought they were doing, instead of having it where just class-based, it's not your class, but like the type of character you are, so if you're in a tanking class, you get access to tanking skills from other classes.
No, that I've seen that.
Suck, and you don't have any support skills outside of that specialty. Like, I'm trying to raise a paladin right now, so
hell, I'd help you out if I can.
I'm on a different server than you guys, so I'm on the damn server, so that's not exactly an option.
I thought they introduced multi-server dungeon raids. Like, can't we like cross
Yeah, they
server
do,
to
actually.
dungeon?
They did
Yeah,
do
we
that.
cross server all the time. The problem is you can't really party with someone across different servers to get that started. You still miss that sort of randomization. So I just don't think you transfer to your server, and that costs money.
It does.
Apparently, the transfer server has been taken down.
Yeah, it's down right now.
That's new.
So you did get back in though.
Yes, it is. That's
Good.
what I was saying. I was going to play today.
Well, hey, no. I'd rather you be here because I can't play right now anyway. Because old Bess is down for the night.
So I'm pretty much screwed for the next 23 levels I need to kill this thing.
I mean, you could, in theory, just do the roulettes to level up, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And since
I
tank
tried
is in high demand, you get bonus
but
XP.
I really suck as a tank. I suck as a tank.
It took me a while to learn how to tank in 14, but I remember when I
Yo.
used to play a lot. He was like, you actually
You're
got
in
good.
my server. You're not in my server.
Not anymore. I'm gonna transfer.
You need to transfer.
But like,
And then
when
we'll
I-
have a party of 4.
Oh, fuck!
We
We
can
can thank you.
Is this the same guy?
Yes.
He is shit. Well, we'll say, okay, good. We do have Jolteon. You know what? Literally just get rid of Zangoose.
Yeah, just focus on him.
Just get rid of him. He needs to go.
Double kick that bitch.
Kick it in
Yes.
the nuts.
Take him in the balls and run. That was a crit, man. Good job. Crit him.
Barely any damage.
Put it down. I got some heart.
You's a bitch, Zangoose. You's always been a bitch. Double kick.
Wow, that didn't do jack shit either.
No, that did some damage.
Maybe Thunder would have been a better choice. Because
Ah, you missed.
about time he started missing. Seriously.
I'm gonna stop.
He's gonna slow your ass down.
Oh crap.
One thing I really liked about Gen 3, and it's just an aesthetic thing, but when you got your stat lowered, the aura of your stat was the same color as the stat. They took that away in Gen 4, and it was just always, if it went up, it was red, if it went down, it was blue. But I like that it was like,
Didn't they bring that back for Gen 6 though? With different colors?
I don't believe so.
I think they did.
No, I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Oh, looks like we're gonna be doing this. Oh, this Aeron got hard.
Yeah.
Can this Aeron take down this Zangoose? No.
No.
it cannot. You
Oh,
might want to revive
God.
Jolteon, like right
Yeah,
away.
because you're gonna die. Even though you're...
I know.
This A-Rock kid, he's so trying so hard.
He's pushing with all his heart.
I'd say revive should try to get 4 times damage because the Relic Cap really isn't doing anything.
It's the Zangoose.
Yeah, it's all the Zangoose.
And he missed!
What a gun!
Uh-oh.
Miss!
It missed again. This
Dude,
Aeron.
I must
This
slapped him too.
This is our Aeron.
This Aeron is not leading the
This
team.
is him. We have found our Aeron. About
Here's
time
the
that thing
Immortal
was fucking
Steel
dead.
Dinosaur.
It is the Immortal Steel Dinosaur. So you're saying it's a Dragon Zord? I say that and everybody goes silent.
Actually, I'm using over the various dinosaur themes that I chose to think of a better comparison, because one of the Kyogre was like he had it like strong. He was not the best try to phrase this. Ridiculously strong body, but his partner was more raptor shaped. Didn't exactly it's not exactly comparable.
Double kick does damage a lot.
Yeah, but he's high defense.
Now, if we had Shiftry back up,
Yeah, but once this fight's over,
we're running back to the
yeah, we might as
heal.
well heal. There's no use wasting items at this point.
Fuck that shit out. Did no damage. Oh, that's right, because it's part water.
Yep.
Oh, I should have done something.
And I'm back at 14 and I'm perfect with affecting Samurai and House of Death.
Ooh, big shocker there. Everyone's gonna be red mage and or samurai for the next,
Yeah,
like, 2 months.
It doesn't surprise me they're waiting for pounds of depth for the level so they can just get 60 to when the actual Stormblood main story quest starts off.
Yeah, no, I need to get my red mage. That's literally the one thing, the class I've been waiting for all this time has been red mage.
It's been a while since I played 14, but from what I remember when I played it, I was actually pretty decent at tanking.
You're alright. You weren't great, but you weren't bad, but you were also still learning, so I don't give you too much shit.
That's why I said I was decent, not perfect. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, I can finally play a DPS samurai class with a sword. Yes, please.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
Because dragoons can't...
They didn't make samurais a tank, but...
Probably because they only have sword wielders be tanks so far.
And dragoons don't use swords, they use lances.
Yeah. I guess I was gonna say it was more due to the speed and how most samurai disciplines utilize lighter armor. Not all of them, but like samurai armor is comparatively lighter to like straight up Eastern.
Chainmail.
Either paladin full plate or dark knight.
Yeah. Well, I was going more historically wise.
I'm just saying in game.
Yeah, that was the logic I was following for too.
Okay. That was my fault then.
Alright, back to the weird pyramid.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm trying to think of something that was positive from Microsoft that was besides Sea of Thieves, which looks fun as hell. I'm having a hard time thinking of anything about it.
I don't give a shit
No,
about
part of the
Microsoft.
problem is that everything they showed off, almost everybody else had some type of competing thing to show off. Even the Pirates game.
Yeah, Skull and Bones, that looks good.
So it's like, the only one that didn't feel really samey was Nintendo and to an extent Ubisoft.
Ubisoft's was great. I was surprised at how well done Ubisoft's was.
Which shocked the hell out of Dixon, who we were doing the Starking streams with, because as she's noted, Ubisoft tends to have the most smug, arrogant, and thus among the worst showcases. They were comparatively humble this year.
I think you gotta get your snag machine back.
Well, I had to get it from you.
No.
No, this is the cipher base. We need to find Team Snag'em. Those are the assholes who took our thing. Wait, didn't we get an email just now?
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah, check the email.
Fuck.
And you know what though? Beyond Good and Evil 2, officially coming out next year.
Look, I'm just happy for Darksiders 3. I know it wasn't released or anything. Like, we've known about it for a little while, but that's what I'm happy about.
You mean the game that should have been 3D Castlevania games?
Well, I mean, it will be.
That's what I mean though.
I'm just glad that Darksiders isn't dead.
I'm glad Metroid isn't dead.
That's true.
I mean, 2 Metroid games, Aiden. 2
One
Metroid games.
One Metroid game and one Metroid remake.
It may as well be a brand new game.
It's not, though.
It may as well be. It barely has anything to do with the
Other
original.
than the entire plot.
The entire plot, yes, but gameplay-wise, it's a completely fucking different beast.
It's Fire Red and Leaf Green, Red and Blue. They're the
Yes.
same game.
Yes.
They're basically not. They built the game from the ground up for the 3D version, or for the Fire Red Leaf Green. It's the same argument. It's just it's a bigger gap. But yes, I am glad to see
still two
Metroid
Metroids.
Prime 4.
But what made it even better? You didn't play it. But...
I have the trilogy physically.
No, I'm not talking about the trilogy. I'm not talking about the trilogy. You didn't play it, but one day I'll let you borrow it, because Federation Force is actually a fun game. But this hidden ending in the game, if you grab like a Metroid egg from a mission and bring it back to base, the secret ending is one of the bounty hunters from this bad Metroid game, the only really bad one I would say, and no, not other M before anybody says anything smart, was Metroid Prime Hunters on DS. And what happens was, like, somebody sneaks into the HQ of the Federation Force, gets past the security guards, forces the egg to hatch, and you see a panel drive, or the camera pull back, and you see the armor plate of Sylux. And we're like, holy shit, Sylux is still alive. Metroid Prime 4 is going to be about fighting him.
Who's
And
Sylux?
He's the blue and green armor guy from Prime Hunters.
From the DS game, yeah. That was my first true exposure to Metroid.
That was not a good game.
We used to play it at my school, like with the free DS download.
I remember that shit.
Here's the thing.
I wasn't a huge fan of the touchscreen, but
Yeah.
Nah,
Here's
that
the
was
thing.
funky.
Here's the thing. If that game came out today on the 3DS with a nub on it for the new 3DS, you could control the camera. That would be great. That would be a great game. Because then you would have Metroid first-person shooter online multiplayer.
Metroid Prime might have that.
Prime 4?
Yeah, it might have multiplayer.
Yeah, I can see Prime 4 having that.
Though Nintendo's internet service is going to leave much to be desired.
From what I've had so far, it's actually pretty good.
Except for the fact that it doesn't have a chat.
Well, that's why you use Skype or Discord.
No, like for when you're playing random assholes online.
I actually kind of prefer to not have random assholes talking to me online.
Yeah, but then you can talk shit at them.
Okay, here's an image of Silex. I'm gonna link you at Des, and then I'm gonna show Zayden real fast. Let me bring up this.
Can you put the link in the chat?
Oh yeah, I can actually.
Yeah, just do that.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat, Des. Okay. That is the.
I don't know what to do.
Alright, what did they tell you here?
They talk about Cypher and
They were talking about the
Snag
previous
them.
Pokemon adventure?
yeah, and then they're
Okay.
involved.
Oops.
They have their own.
Remove any web addresses and try again. Try again. It's not a web address.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like
They're
web
operating on
addresses.
their own.
Oh.
So,
Oh. Even wiki links?
Even WikiLinks.
That's stupid.
You're stupid.
Hey, you're my friend, Des. How can you say something like that to
I
me?
say that shit all the time.
Well, that's because you're an ass.
Well, I mean, yes, but...
I'll just.
Okay,
This
that
dude.
is a robot-looking guy.
That is Silex. He's the one that got the most popular from Prime
I'm
Launchers.
surprised he didn't come up in Smash.
You know what? If Smash 5 happens and Metroid Prime 4 does have him as the antagonist, he should be in Smash 5.
No, honestly, from what I'm understanding, they don't intend to make another Smash game. From my understanding, they're just going to re-release the same version of Smash with new content.
That'd be fine with me.
I wish they'd fix it.
But yo, I'm.
dumb.
Well, I mean, once you have the formula down, the game hasn't really changed all that much since Melee. The only thing that's changed is they tweaked the physics a little bit each game.
And got rid of the buggy glitch that
Well,
pro GameCube.
that could literally be done with a patch.
Oh wait, no,
Not
not
the
pro.
internet.
No wait, not pro GameCube controllers. Bugged out, pissed baby GameCube controllers. I have to be good at wave dashing, not naturally though.
And of course, the trip mechanics.
Yeah, no, that I'm okay without that. Other than the banana peel.
Oh,
I
that
don't-
shit pissed me off, though.
No,
Hey,
well, that's what pissed
no,
me off
that-
too, because like,
Well, that's why Smash 4 doesn't have it anymore.
yeah,
They
no,
got rid of that.
They were at least smart with that. My big thing though is Smash 4 was held back severely because they had to make sure that the 3DS and the Wii U were the exact same game.
Well, to be fair, the 3DS sold out.
And yeah, but the game Smash is a console seller. If it wasn't available on the 3DS, the Wii U probably would have done even better when Smash
Probably.
came out because there wouldn't have been another option.
To be fair, we're not trashing the Wii U. Me and Zayden still have our Wii U's, and we
I'm
still
not
like
getting
it.
rid of my Wii U. It's
Yeah.
also my Wii, and I have plenty of games for
Yeah,
both.
exactly. Like, I like my Wii U. I think it's a great console. Problem is, Nintendo didn't advertise it correctly.
No, they advertised it just fine. The problem is it didn't have a good launch, and then it was struggling to keep up. It literally did its best the year before it died.
Well, to be fair, like, many people are like, what's the Wii U? Is it an extension to the
I
Wii?
thought it was an extension.
Yeah, that's what
I
many
thought
people
it was.
thought. That's what many people thought. And Nintendo's like, no, it's a brand new console. They're like, this is a new console? They're like, yes. And I'm like, wait,
It
people were
should
that
have been an
dumb.
extension.
And I'm like, wait, people were that dumb to think that it was originally an extension?
It should have been an extension. What they should have done is had it come out with the pad.
And then have the Switch come out after the Wii U extension?
Well, no. And then the Wii U, then they have like an enhance, like a graphics enhancer that you plug into the Switch. Or to the Wii U. The Wii. Damn it.
I kind of
Make up your mind.
What I think would have made
kind of
it
want to
big-
use
yeah,
Grimer
sell
and call him
equally
Bio
was
Broly.
If they
No.
had-
No.
Sorry, Des. Sorry. He just made a dumb joke about Brio Broly.
Oh, I hate it so much.
Anyway, what were you saying, buddy?
Yeah, he had Sludge
What I
Bomb
think
though.
would have made the Wii U be a killer seller
You know
is
Sludge Bomb, that
restoring
gangster
like
though.
handheld cross like the GameCube had the GBA cartridge thing. Nintendo had games like consoles. So it's like you're going to have the second screen in the Wii U's controller anyways. Why not allow us to slot in a DS card into the console.
So instead of having
Abso-fucking-lutely
so
agree.
instead of having an SD card slot, they have a DS card slot.
Well,
Yes.
you have the SD card slot too. Just put it where you have the SD card slot as well.
No, that's what I would gladly trade. Just saying.
I would absolutely agree with that, actually.
That would be cool. To basically have your Wii U be a DS emulator so you can play it on the big screens.
Exactly.
Because the GameCube, my GameCube even has a Game Boy player. And then the Super Nintendo had a Super Game Boy.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. And to be honest, it would be really cool if the Switch did that with the 3DS.
But it's not.
It's not.
It would be cool if it did.
Yeah, like if there was a way that they had it so you could plug it into the stand so it then was a second screen. So that way it could be 3DS, but it's not.
To pirate the games to emulate them to do the exact same freaking thing, or pay ridiculous exorbitant amounts for
A capture card.
capture card.
Oh, that's right. You have to link me that so I can give that to him on Facebook later.
I think I did link you with that last week.
Yeah, you did, but I forgot to grab it again. Well, because we got so hyped up about E3.
Oh, I have this thing called for it.
$200. I think it's under $200, but the guy is out of the cards right now.
It would make sense why he's out. Ah. But you know what, Des? I looked at Samus Returns and that gameplay. That is a fully done game. And I'm like, how come the game is not out or being advertised as coming out in July?
What do you want me to switch up in here?
Oh, that's right.
It's coming out within the year.
Don't worry about it now.
It's
Just
coming out
start
in
the fourth
September.
circle.
And then I found out why they wouldn't do that. Because then it would be competing with ARMS, Splatoon 2, and something else in August that Nintendo... Oh, King Rabbit, Mario and Rabbids. They would be competing with that. And Mario sells more than Metroid said. But you know what? I'll pre-order fucking Samus Returns. For that collector's edition with the soundtrack, I'll fucking pre-order it.
No, I love it. I got Shantae with the soundtrack, and the day I did it is when my CD player broke in my car.
Oh, rest in peace, CD player.
I was so mad. Like, I have yet to use the CD because that was the one CD player, and I don't really use it on my computer.
Well, you can rip the soundtrack to your computer, though.
Yeah, I know, but I don't use my computer for music.
Okay, this is not a perfect tempo, but it'll work.
And, yeah, well, we got a whole nother circle. So now we can start purifying it en masse.
But yeah, like, that gameplay for Samus Returns, that is a game that is, like, 90% done. And even Sakamoto's like, I wish I could release the game now, but there's just a little bit left that we have to do. Please be a little bit patient. I'm like, you know what? I'm happy about it.
Insurance for a good game is worth it.
Exactly. You know what's also weird too, Des? Mercury Stream is helping them develop that game. And like,
no idea what that is.
they did the Lords of Shadow Castlevania games. And the only reason why those games turned out to be mediocre was because Konami really was being Konami. That's all I gotta say about that. But like Nintendo, I noticed that when Nintendo works with a third-party developer, when that third-party developer is doing a new game for them, they watch them closely, but also like contribute ideas to it. So like, how about this?
It's more collaborative with the strengths of the other company versus the vision, not versus bringing to fruition the vision of what Nintendo wants to do with it. Whereas the more leeway they have on something, the more likely you're going to get something like Other M.
Yeah, that was a case of Sakamoto not knowing how to work with others, and I think
the worst part about Other M is it was so close to a good game.
Its gameplay mechanics
was
are still pretty
so
good.
close, and it just missed the mark. Like, the design and aesthetic was spot on.
And the gameplay was very, very good.
The gameplay was spotty.
It's the storyline.
But the story is what killed it. Because the gameplay in the 2D was fine, but when it got to the 3D pointing, it got really annoying.
Well, here's the problem. They shouldn't have used just the regular Wiimote to play with it.
And that's the key factor.
It should have been at the classic control. Like, I will admit,
well,
I
don't want to release a game that's exclusively for a thing that didn't come with the console.
Okay, hold on.
But it should have been the waggle.
Hold on. Let me just say this. I will admit Other M has problems. I think it's a good game regardless, though. But my main problem is, in fact, like, just the Wiimote to play the game. If you could plug in the classic controller, just the regular classic controller to play the game, I would not be complaining about it.
The problem
and then get rid of the first-person shooter aspect, it would be fine.
The problem with that is they're not going to program the game for a mode that is not included with the console.
Which won't take advantage of the points mechanic.
What they should have done is nunchuck with an option for classic.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Hey, most of the Wii games have some nunchuck usability already. It made sense to not just limit it like that.
Yeah, no, it made no sense. Like, I get it for Smash Bros, so that way it's like, oh, well, you don't have anything? Well, you can use the Wiimote alone, and you're good. Because you might have more than one person, so that's fine, whatever. But most other games don't need to just be the Wiimote. Especially considering the console comes with a nunchuck.
Oh god, Ryken's like, where do I go?
No More Heroes was glorious, and it required you use the nunchuck, but it definitely used the motion controls they wanted out of the Wiimote excellently. It's just that, they had so much to do, but then you kind of did need nunchuck to do it all.
And it did have the option for classic as well.
This one thing, when the accessory that expands your options is going to come to the console in the first place.
Oh shit, yeah. We've been talking too much that we don't know where to go.
No, we need to talk to Sek. That guy who's on the news right there. So you gotta find him. He's probably in this building somewhere.
Speaking of No More Heroes, holy shit, Des, No More Heroes 3. Can you fucking believe it?
Wait, that was announced?
Yes! Suda51 at the Nintendo presentation, or the Switch presentation, he revealed a picture of Travis Touchdown saying, "We are now working on a new No More Heroes game." And I'm like, holy shit.
That actually explains why he showed up in the, right before the, Rabbids thing. Like, one of the earlier, presentations before the Nintendo one, I forget which one. It wasn't Ubisoft, it was,
Coming out next year.
right before Sony.
No,
Not Ubisoft. Which one was right before Microsoft?
EA.
No, not EA. Not EA.
EA, you went before Microsoft, though.
After EA, though. After EA, before Microsoft.
I honestly don't know. I didn't pay attention because it was like Electronic Arts Day 1 of E3 wasted. Because fuck you, EA.
I think in there.
Dude, that's how forgettable E3 was this year. I can't even remember who was presenting.
Well, with the exception of Ubisoft and Nintendo. I mean, those two
What did Ubisoft release?
They're Mario and Rabbids Kingdom, which is a tactical game. It's not a shooting game. It's actually a tactic game like Fire Emblem.
Okay.
Skull and Crossbones, which is coming out this year. It's a pirate game. Assassin's Creed Origins, where you are in ancient Egypt, where the Templars and the Assassins started their long-hated feud.
I would play.
And what else was there? Beyond Good and Evil 2 got announced, and it looked fucking phenomenal. There was Far Cry 5, which looked pretty fun, I won't lie.
The Suda51 appeared in a small spot before the announcement of the Mario Rabbids game, but I don't remember the company that dragged him out for that.
But yeah, apparently No More Heroes 3 is coming out next year for the Switch. Woo! Travis Touchdown for Smash.
No, I seriously, I want Shantae.
Shantae would work great.
Shantae and Shovel Knight deserve to be on Smash.
Even though Shovel Knight cursed your computer.
I think it was the program, honestly. Which we need to go back to. We need to beat Shovel.
It's a great game.
They really did deserve to get in Smash. I mean, I know they have the thing with Bayonetta already, and Cloud was just strange.
Yes, Cloud was strange, but let's be real. Shantae, up through the newest one, has been a Nintendo exclusive
For a long time.
For her almost entire life. She was re-released on Steam, but all of her games aired and debuted on Nintendo.
I think...
Yeah.
Here's
and
my...
Apparently, Shantae's makers are a small-time developer versus...
They're way forward.
Who is much larger, and I think that the fandom desire for her is the only reason she really got noticed.
Way forward. I love you, Way Forward. You make good games. Except for the Adventure Time games. But that's
The
because...
Adventure Time games aren't even that bad.
No, the...
Licensed games usually aren't that good to begin with, so it's not like you're like that.
Well, there was one Adventure Time game they did, and they actually had time and money to do it. Fuck off, Mirror B. We don't have time for you.
And I remember how bad the Nintendo DS tie-in Danny Phantom Urban Jungle game was. That was atrocious. It was
That sounds atrocious.
That does sound atrocious.
The problem with the DS is it was powerful enough to do a lot of like Mario stuff and Zelda really, but even Zelda was pushing it. But it wasn't much more powerful than that. Like other than just basic platformers, it didn't really have the power to do anything.
Which didn't.
The DS.
The original DS. The 3DS fixed that and is now capable of being a true handheld of any genre.
Oh, that reminds
There
me.
was still a bunch of good games on there. It still wasn't a step up from the GTA, and there a lot more stuff on it. Just like my example was it was a licensed title where they really didn't put much effort into it. Is what I was saying on that DS game.
Well, I'm just saying, the DS on the whole, a lot of the 3D games just were subpar because of how the console wasn't ready for that, really.
It wasn't even a 3D game. It was a shmup. It was a Toho shoot 'em up, in fact.
A Toho-made game?
No, Toho as in H-O-U.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
bullet hell shooters.
Okay. I thought you meant Toho as in the Godzilla company. I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is Toho doing
Toho's
developing
making
games?
games now, don't worry about it.
No, I extended my vowels. That's the thing.
Oh, wait.
You gotta look out for them.
Actually, Des, Toho did make one game. It was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the NES. They produced that game.
Wasn't it that the title? No, wait, it was Nintendo. They didn't have that. NES title. They wouldn't have the processing power.
No, they didn't. No, it was just a regular sprite game, and it's the one game that the Angry Video Game Nerd says is the worst game of all time.
Worse than E.T.?
Well, he hates it.
E.T. isn't bad for what they did with it. That was the time when it was
I actually watched that movie. It's not too bad. It's long, but it's decent.
Yeah,
I've heard
I
it
need to
just
watch
about
it.
runtime of actually haven't seen it firsthand.
Now, if you get a chance to watch it, just let me know, because it's actually pretty fun. And you can tell that it's like a love letter to all the movies that he grew up with, including Godzilla. Oh, now that E3's passed, I can't even talk about it. So Zayden, the Vita in America is getting slaughtered, right?
It's still alive?
It's barely alive.
I figured it was dead years ago.
It's barely alive in America, it's barely managing to survive in Japan. There was
I think
really...
people who like Vita games will play them on the PlayStation TV since they're cheaper than the PS4 versions.
Yeah, they really are. But here's the thing. There was a big rumor that Sony was going to announce at E3 this year a PlayStation Vita 2 to compete with the Nintendo Switch. And everybody went, you are fucking lying. Sony knows better than to fucking go in that area. Because every time they try to take Nintendo on in the handheld, they get slaughtered. It's one of the reasons Microsoft won't go into the handheld because they'll get slaughtered. We're not
The
doing that.
PSP honestly was better than the DS.
I disagree, but that's mostly because a lot
So
of
much stronger than the DS.
Sure, technologically wise,
And
but
had better
game-
games.
No, not even
Alright.
close.
Let's look at the same franchise for both games. You have Kingdom Hearts, 358 over 2,
Okay,
and
Kingdom
Recoded.
Hearts doesn't
Birth
count.
by Sleep. They
Kingdom
are in
Hearts doesn't
between
count
those,
because
and it's so much better.
that's because Square was like, let's put it on the DS,
No,
and
DS
Nintendo's
couldn't
like,
do it.
and
The
Nintendo's
DS
like,
could
we
not
don't
do it.
want to put it on the DS. So Square's
No,
like, no, we're gonna put it on the DS.
Nintendo loves Kingdom Hearts.
They love
Chain
it,
of
but they
Memories-
don't want it on their fucking system now.
Chain of Memories. They jumped onto that.
Oh god, Des actually finished the review on Chain of Memories.
I didn't read Chain of Memories to be fair on that. That was again the PlayStation 2 they made.
Yeah, I have both. Well, I don't have the original.
I lost
Game Boy
my
Advance.
I lost my original copy.
But I have.
That fucking card battle system.
I love the card battle system. I love it. Love it.
No, you know who was the most painful fight in that game besides Captain Hook?
Captain Hook, I just did on Captain Hook.
I always have trouble with Captain Hook in
No, the
Kingdom
one
Hearts
who
games.
gives me trouble is
Larcene.
no. Wait. Are we talking the original Game Boy Advance, or are we talking the
Original Game Boy Advance.
All right, no. The original Game Boy Advance, it was Larcene,
Vexen.
What's that?
and then Vexen.
Vexen.
Oh, Vexen. Yeah, Vexen's annoying.
Vexen, I think he's worse in 3D, honestly.
Now, the reason why I say fuck Larxene is
She
because
blocks
she
you in combos.
blocks you in combos, has a lot of cards that break your combos, has massive attacks, and you can't make her flinch unless you get really lucky. And to make it even worse, you had already fought a boss prior hand, Riku, again, and he was even harder. It's like, calm the fuck down on the difficulty there, Square.
Nope. It makes you feel any better.
Especially worse on that difficulty thing if you don't fucking RNG.
Yeah.
No, that is annoying. I'll give you that. But no, in the 3D version, they actually put you in space. You can go back to space and everything else fights.
Oh, that's nice, actually. That. What would you say, Dad? Sorry.
Higher than a fucking 6.
That's just shit luck.
Well, that's right. You can't use the cards on bosses to enhance your chances.
Yep. To be fair, you played the least expensive prequel game out of the bunch. Like, Chain of Memories and Birth by Sleep are very good. It's, well, you get lucky. You don't have to play the fucking original 358 over 2 days and recode it.
358 over 2 wasn't even as bad as Recoded.
Do an amalgam review of both the HD cutscenes along with DS gameplay footage.
Trust me, they're not worth it.
358 over 2 I can say is worth it because it actually did a decent job. Recoded was not a game that we needed.
And it didn't need to exist because it's just filler the story.
Well, actually, no,
With the exact...
You know Recoded is a remake
Yeah.
of Coded, which
Yeah.
is a phone game?
Yeah, but here's the only purpose Recoded has. The only purpose is at the very end of Recoded, if you get everything, you get the necessary needs to see the 100% ending, you find out the truth about why Xehanort is going to come back. And I'm like, you couldn't put this in Birth by Sleep? You could have put it in Birth by Sleep? Nobody would care about Recoded.
One other thing. Maleficent attacks Disney Castle and learns about how Mickey has a journal of every single world in the game.
That is true. But
That-
you could
that
also
was-
put that in Birth by Sleep!
That would make sense. Like, they
Too much prequel.
yeah, like, if we're gonna talk Birth by Sleep, that takes place like 15 years before Kingdom Hearts 1.
Around...
No, I'm sorry.
No, 10
10
years.
10 years. You're right, 10 years.
Because Sora and Riku were 6 and 5 when Aqua and Terra met them.
Yep. They were
So
basically...
there's like occurs over an expanded period of time.
Yes.
Right, but the Recoded game takes place a year and a half after
Kingdom
Hearts 1.
Now my fingers stars.
No, 2.
No, 1.
No, 2. Recoded takes place after 2.
Yes, but a year and a half after the first one. Because Kingdom Hearts 2 is 1 year after 1.
Dream drop distance.
That game actually was better than I expected it to be. Like, in all aspects.
Yeah, I agree with you. What you told me about coding, like, if you get the whole setup scenes, putting it by sleep, putting it dream drop distance.
No, that would have been fair.
Yeah, actually,
that would have
you're right.
actually
You're
been
actually
good.
right.
That would have been good.
Have a
'cause
long
then you could
cutscene.
have a cutscene cutting away to that.
Those story scenes.
Yeah. But trust me, like 8-Bit and I have had massive arguments about Recoded's gameplay. I played it, it is shit. He goes, it's not bad. I'm like, no,
No,
bitch, that
apparently,
game is terrible.
apparently, I've never played it, but my sister did. Apparently, in Hercules World, it's a turn-based RPG.
Only for the cell phone game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that be cool? I would play a Kingdom Hearts game that was turn-based.
I would happily... Des has been screaming at Square to do a turn-based RPG for years.
I've been screaming at Square because they don't know how to make a fucking action RPG system without screwing it up.
With the exception of Kingdom Hearts.
With the exception of the primary Kingdom Hearts games.
Actually,
Kingdom Hearts 1 is bugged. I've not actually played Kingdom Hearts 2 to know if it's... I've watched
He's not a
my
Kingdom Hearts fan.
freshman...
He grew up with Dog Patch and
roommate
you.
played it. It seemed like he had a pretty good handle on the system, but on the majority of their games, they put massive hindrances into any system that tries to be more wide in its gameplay.
This is why the 13s failed.
This is what 13's made.
oh no, 13s were actually just turn-based strategy disguised as action RPGs.
Yeah.
That's
No,
not
that's
an
the point he's
action
getting at.
system because it forces you to make your attack as fast as possible. But a turn-based system allows you to actually take a fucking turn.
well, to be fair, all of the Final Fantasy games had the active time battle system after 6, I believe.
No, 7 didn't have that.
Yes, it did.
I'm pretty sure it did.
It was an option you could turn off, but it was an active time battle system. So if you didn't turn it off, while you're scrolling through your menus, your enemies are still attacking.
And yet they fucked that up in 10-2.
We don't talk about
actually,
10-2.
No, they brought that back in 10-2. They did the same thing. They went back to their old system.
They took 7 back in 10-2, but they fucked it up because you know the swapping it to the attacks will happen while you're in a menu while you have a character up with a turret. That didn't actually fucking work.
Really?
Yeah, you had to go into an internal menu to actually get that pause, and at the time, that was still in the time where one of the opposing characters had they would still attack in the middle of even that section.
Well, yes, because they'd already inputted their commands before your section went off. If their bar had already filled.
Regardless of that, even if they would do it right after taking the turret.
Well, at that point, what does it matter? Like, if they were going to act before your action went off, and it was just an animation factor, like, the problem is, if their bar fills before you actually hit your bar fill, they get to go first, regardless of if you choose to go in a menu when their animation starts before or after.
I realize I phrased my statement incorrectly. Yeah, to describe what I'm saying. It's like, you could, what am I trying to describe here?
Take your time. Oh shit.
Okay, you know Ryu Pain, I could come up on their turn, and even as I'm counting the moments, when I have that screen pulled up as party turn in the pause window, you're able to perform an action menu. As long as I was in the top menu, that time for all the early attacks was still ticking down. So even though I was qualified as being in the turn for the character, unless I was in the sub menu, it was still allowing the timer to tick down for the opposing enemy's actions.
Yes, in the active time battle system, that's how it works.
That is not supposed to happen in that system.
No. It has 2 modes, like all previous Final Fantasies before it. In the 4-game menu.
Enemy's actions pause during the taking a turn does not trigger on that top menu.
I've never had a problem with that. Maybe it was your copy.
Original copy had it, International Edition had that problem, and Remastered one, which I am playing right now, has that problem.
Wait, the remastered version has that problem?
The remastered version has that problem.
How the hell do you not get any of these problems, dude?
I don't know.
Like,
I have the worst luck with everything. Maybe I just spend it all in Final Fantasy? But no, like, seriously, I've beaten 10-2 on its mode. And it was not easy, I'll give you that. Like, 10-2's not easy if you don't grind.
I refuse to play 10-2.
But no, honestly,
10-2 of course
10-2...
got worse in the remastered version because the only way to beat a lot of the later stuff is to use the catnip trick on the disabled catnip trick.
Fun.
I mean, 10-2 is like Final Fantasy 8 at this point. You just don't play it. Because of various reasons.
Most of the dress spheres being worthless, a lot of the mini games being badly done.
Having to see every text box in the game.
The story, I know not everybody likes the setting or the tone of it, but I get it, so I tend to enjoy it for what it is. But my point is that they have these things that screw over their entire internal system. And like, we're starting the active time battle. Before 10-2, the active time battle rated that shocking was always defined by the speed stat. Right? They can improve the speed stat. So the charging of that gauge was either arbitrary or defined by some other external thing, not improved control.
I thought it was class-based.
Ryken, they are going after this earlier, like, years. What the hell?
No, it wasn't class-based. Like, you can't even use haste in 10-2 because it only speeds up the rate of physical attacks.
That is weird. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, well, with the exception of 15, because 15 is actually a pretty good game in terms of like the combat.
I haven't touched 15.
What do you have 15? You have 14.
I did, but I accidentally got the Japanese version, which
Oh.
the DLC doesn't work with that.
Oh my
But
god!
the game is international, so I could have played it, but if I ever wanted any DLC, I'd have to.
PSN account against the DLC to work.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to go through those hoops, so I returned it, and I just haven't gotten around to getting another copy.
After I beat it, I'll lend you my copy so you can play it.
I kept being shown that it was like it had a lot of bugged elements to it, but that might have been patched.
Those bugs have been patched.
So honestly, I have to say though, I really like I think they just need to stick to the Kingdom Hearts formula.
And use it
And
for
not-
Final Fantasy?
Basic. Well, no, that's what it looks like for the 7 remake. It
Until
looks like Kingdom
Square-
Hearts.
Until Square Enix fired CyberConnect for the dumbest reasons.
No, honestly though, I'm odd. I like the handheld version of the Kingdom Hearts formula.
You mean with the deck building system?
Yeah, the
Like
deck
Birth by Sleep?
the deck building system for Birth by Sleep is a great example.
No, Des, let me just clear that out. You don't use actual cards in Birth by Sleep. It's nothing like
I've
Janet's.
seen my gameplay footage.
Yeah, I think I prefer that because I've always felt the magic menu and summon menus were a little out of place in an action game.
Especially when it takes forever to get to them.
That's what I'm saying.
And
like,
your enemies are
it would
rushing
make
at
more
you.
sense that you have, here's my list that I have prepared spells that I can use, that I can edit, and I level up, I get more options.
Maybe they'll do that for free.
They're not. You've already seen a magic
No, I mean like the Queen's Bar. Like the
Well, we've always
spell
had a
that you want.
customization, but then it's like, okay, which 3 spells do you want? And
Or
cure.
four
And
They
cure.
need to tie it to one of the buffer buttons so you can just quickly pull up the menu, not a specific menu for, say, 4 actions now, which should be.
Well, no, they have that. They do have that, but then it's like, well, we have 6 spells and 6 summons. Now only choose 4. Have fun with that. It's just like, eh. I'd rather just be like, I can have up to 12 actions. Or if I want some big ones, I have like 5.
Just map them to different, buffer buttons.
Yeah.
Well, they only have the one right now.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 was the only one that
2.
did that.
No, Kingdom Hearts 2.
But yeah, but it only let you have 3. In Kingdom Hearts 2, it let you have 4.
It didn't let you do circles, so you can still jump while also clicking.
I'll say this about 2. 2 mechanically is much better than 1.
Birth by Sleep is the pinnacle.
But yeah, Birth by Sleep is the much better mechanical game. Even though it doesn't have Donald or Goofy being your party members, it's definitely the better mechanical game.
Now, the other thing they need to improve is the, party AIs.
Oh, Des, you'll like this then. 15's AI is actually really
No,
damn
honestly,
good.
I just played Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PS4 re-release, and I must say, they must have done something there, because holy shit, Donald saved my life like 10 times.
He's always saved my life.
Like, no, everyone bitches about Donald. Everyone's like, oh, he only heals you after you...
Useless. He wastes every potion item you give him.
Yeah, no, the items are retarded that they do.
Stupid actions instead of doing the one thing he's in your party to do, and that is heal you.
Yeah, but he saved my life on several occasions in my most recent playthrough, and I was blown away.
That's why you don't give Donald or Goofy items.
No, I don't give him items. But I'm still like, Donald's just gonna throw all of his magic away on attacks, not be able to heal me, so I have to rely on myself for the entire game.
That's not even getting his fucking use of stop.
Yeah, stop was
That's
dumb.
why you turn stop off on Donald. Oh,
I didn't know you could even turn stop off.
oh yeah!
You
can
can go to
tell-
their customize screen and turn off their abilities or turn them on, and you can adjust how frequently they use them.
I did not know that. When
No.
I went through this menus, I never found that option.
No, yeah, it's only for them. You have to go to them specifically through customize, and then you can have a list of their moves, and you can reduce or increase their frequency of use.
Huh. Yeah, because the stop thing always screwed me over.
Here's the thing though, Des, for one of the secret bosses and one, you have to have stop to fight him.
I know you need to use stop to stop the Phantom in the clock tower. I didn't talk.
Wait, you didn't know about this?
Wait, are you talking about on the building or on the Phantom itself?
On the building.
Okay, no, I knew that. I was about to say, wait, you could use stop on the Phantom itself? And I'm just like, I've been doing it the hard way all this time, but no, yeah, you stop on the building. Okay.
You know what was my hardest boss in terms of story-wise in fucking Kingdom Hearts 1?
Phantom.
No, it's story-wise.
Oh,
Story-wise.
Okay.
Ursula. Ursula was the hardest boss in that game for me.
Oh yeah, she's not easy.
Well, here's the thing, Zayden. You're underwater, and the underwater controls in Kingdom Hearts 1 suck a dick.
I learned
They're
how to do
terrible.
it real easy.
They're terrible controls.
I've
not
actually
only-
always
hold
had
on.
more trouble with Clayton.
Hold on. Clayton, I'll give you that. Clayton's
Well, it's because you don't have heal. It's because you don't have heal, and it makes it real
It's
hard.
also a difficulty curve fight. But here's my problem with Ursula. You're using the shitty underwater controls. She's a giant for one thing, so she doesn't flinch. And everywhere you go, you have a little lightning ball following your character around. So you have to move your character constantly to avoid being struck by
Or
lightning.
you could be a man and take it.
If you do, and then you take more damage and die because most of
You
her
know,
hits are
you know the
one-hit
secret
kills.
to beating Ursula? You
Let
wanna
me
know the
finish.
secret? You wanna
Let
know
me
the secret?
fucking
I'll tell you
finish.
how to beat her real easy right now.
Let me fucking finish first.
Arrow.
And then, that doesn't help that much.
Yes, it does.
It helps, but
it
not that
shaves her
much.
damage down by half.
And then she summons the gigantic fuck storm.
And that only does half your health at max
No,
when
it
you're
doesn't.
using arrow.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it does
I
not.
just played on proud mode. Yes, it does.
Then they must have patched that for the PS4 version.
I did on the
because in
PS3
original
version
game,
as well.
Because in the original game,
I'll bust
they
out
did
the original
not
game.
do that.
I have the original game. I'll bust it out, and I'll go fight her. Though I can't fast forward, so it'll take me a while.
I was about to say you can't fast forward. But yeah, fuck the Ursula fight. It is the most annoying fight in one.
No, it is annoying, but if you know the tricks, it's
No, I'll even
every
say it's the
game
hardest.
You know the tricks.
I'll even say it's the hardest story boss fight. Because I died like more times
Dude,
to
what
her
are you doing?
than to anybody else.
You want to get the Togepi?
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm gonna get a drink real fast. They should be done by now
Yeah,
anyway.
they should be.
I
It's been a
found
while.
Ursula annoying, but not the worst thing.
No, I've always
Like,
my biggest
I see the
problems.
perspective of that in his racing, just that I didn't have that experience with it.
No, that's kind of how I feel. I felt Clayton was pretty harsh because you had to beat him to get cure, and items were kind of tight back early game.
Here you go, right
But
there.
I also had problems with Maleficent Dragon Moto.
That's what
Oh,
I was about,
yeah,
that's
that's
what I
a-
was about
you
to
know
say.
what,
was
that's-
It's
that's-
not easy.
That fight is hard, but I still had more problems with Ursula than
Though
I
I
did with
must
Dragon
say, because of that fight, I've learned how to use all my summons efficiently.
Ball. You know-
Tinkerbell, man.
You know what fight I had to start over again that I know the lines to in my heart now? Besides the Ursula giant fight? It's useless. That girl can no longer wake up. So long as her heart
Riku?
doesn't sleep. Riku Ansem 2? If you didn't know what you were doing...
No use. Take this.
That's pretty much what it was. Like, if you didn't know what you were doing, Riku 2 and Hollow Bastion was the hardest fight in the game.
Riku 1 was super easy, though.
But that's because you had Donald and Goofy wailing on his ass with you.
No, here's my biggest problem with that fight. I'll admit, I had a lot of trouble with that fight, Riku 1. But it's only because every time, once I figured out what was going on, every time I switched my Keyblade to the Kingdom Key, so my scene would make sense. Because when you have the Keyblade, he steals it from you, and then it goes back to the Kingdom form.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always equipped the Kingdom Blade, so that way, when he took it, it looked like the Kingdom Key, and when he got it, it looked like the Kingdom Key. So I'm a huge fan of consistency. I love having shit look the same, like, the entire time. And at this point, I never changed the Kingdom Key. In most games, I just run through with base weaponry. And pump up attack through other weapons. I like the aesthetic.
Yeah, I can see that. A bunch of the other keys do get a bit.
I couldn't resist Metal Chocobo.
No.
Metal
Metal Chocobo is
Chocobo,
one of my
high
few
five.
exceptions. Because it looks like a giant-ass Kingdom Key, to be fair. But
Here's
my
that-
problem, they nerfed it in the repatch.
Yeah.
I was
Pissed.
so
yeah,
pissed.
yeah, the Olympian Keyblade's actually much stronger than it now.
It used to be, what, an 8, right?
It was an 8.
It was
And now
right
it's a
under-
10, and Metal Chocobo is now a 9, and it still has all the negatives. And I'm just like, what's the point anymore? Olympia's just flat better.
Just reach.
Yeah, it has reach, but slower and reduces your mana.
And doesn't have any crit rates.
And low crit, yeah. Where the Olympia has high crit,
And
no
high
reach,
strength.
but and higher attack now. There's no point. They also, I think didn't they fuck with Oathkeeper and or Oblivion?
It was Oblivion. It was
Sure,
Oblivion.
sure wasn't
Oathkeeper is fine. It's Oblivion that got nerfed.
I remember what Oathkeeper's still 9 plus 1 mana,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then Oblivion, I think, is now what 10 and minus 1 mana.
Yes.
Where it used to be 11. And I
Yes.
remember that. because
And
when
now
I-
Rosebud is much stronger than it.
yeah, that pissed me off so bad.
And of course, they nerfed it for the special weapons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then like the one-winged angel's not even stronger than half of that shit. And it's like I just beat Sephiroth. I should have like a plus 12 at least.
But then you have
you
ultimate
know,
weapon by
the-
that point.
The uber one-winged angel that is ridiculously hard in that game to begin with. You should have been getting something better from the battle.
He's much easier in Kingdom Hearts 2.
He
Still
is.
tough, but
It's because he's much more repetitive.
Plus on top of being an extra boss. He was just an extra boss in Kingdom Hearts 1.
He was kind of a story boss in Kingdom Hearts 2, wasn't he?
He was a side story. Like, there was a story to it, but it was definitely side.
This was also the time when Advent Children came out, and they took all the development that Cloud got and shat it down the drain.
Well, to be fair, Kingdom Hearts is in a different setting.
No, I'm talking Advent Children. Because Advent Children made him an emo kid again.
He was emo because everyone fucking died. Not because he thought he was, Zack.
It's like addressing the aftermath of
Yeah,
everything.
that
Like,
made sense for Cloud to be upset about. Plus, he also had
I
cancer.
can see you in exclusion to anything else, thinking that he'd gotten past that, but stuff like that is easy to just get over, and once the crisis is over, he probably just had to take time to think and digest all of it, and thought, yeah, I'm not quite done with this, even though I've got my own identity
Well,
back.
it's not even that he had an identity crisis anymore. Now it's more Aerith. Because if you notice in that entire movie, he's dwelling on her the entire
It's because he
entire
actually
film.
did. It's because he actually did kind of love Aerith.
Yeah, but he let her die, and he won't forgive himself for that. But then on top of that, again, he has cancer. Literal space cancer.
Wow.
Literal space cancer.
Well, more like something worse.
Radiation poisoning. It seems more like radiation.
Yeah.
It's space cancer.
It's not cancer.
It's definitely cancer.
It's not cancer. If it was cancer, it would be growing in a spot on his arm.
Yeah, we don't know if geostigma spreads.
But yeah, like, here's the thing. Like, I like 7. It's an alright game. I'm not gonna say it's the best game ever made because
10's the best.
because it's honestly not the best game.
10 is the best.
10 is technically the best Final Fantasy, yes.
Just overall best. 9's my favorite.
Yeah. But here's the thing. The reason why 7's story worked with Cloud was because he started off like this cold guy, found out that he wasn't a soldier, wasn't an elite member of
We got to
Soldier at
watch
all.
him break.
You saw him break down, and then you see him reconnect with himself and be like, you know what? I don't have to be who I thought I was. I can be myself and still be awesome at the same time.
And
that's what made Cloud work.
And then he broke down a bit because Aerith is dead. There's no more drama other than now everyone's suffering.
I can see how it's because it was another story. That was the entire point of the entire expansion of 7 was to like take stuff, make 7 and like find some thread to make a story out of, even though 7 in itself is a perfectly serviceable story. That's one of those things that they just had to repeat in the editions.
This Aeron just taking it like a champ.
Or like say contradict themselves as happened on the Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh, God.
I
The
love
best
it.
part of Dirge of Cerberus is Steve Blum voicing Vincent, but
It's so good.
It's impossible.
Zayden has a signed copy.
Yeah,
of Dirge of
no,
Cerberus.
I went to a used game store. I found Dirge of Cerberus, and it was signed by Steve. And I'm like, I'm buying this right now.
First off, who the fuck sells some shit like that?
That's
People
what
who
I'm
need
saying.
People who need money desperately.
So now I have. Let me hold up. I'm gonna
not-
bust that out real quick.
Because here's the thing. Des hasn't played Fire Emblem, but I got Fire Emblem Awakening signed by Matt Mercer. I am never selling that game.
Yeah. Apparently, some guy named Marco didn't need this game anymore. But he signed it. Can I borrow your phone? Signature, and then in quotes, Vincent. Right on the cover. And I'm just like,
Unless, here's the possibility. It was a wife.
damn.
Oh!
Ex-girlfriend or ex-like wife or some shit. It's like, I'm
That-
taking half your shit.
no,
I'm taking your side copy.
No, it wasn't even that. She just stole it. She grabbed it.
Grabbed it, sold
He
it,
could- he
made
couldn't-
$5.
He couldn't. No,
Yeah, I think so.
no, he couldn't. He couldn't get back in the house, so she could do whatever she wanted and sold the shit.
That probably is what
That's
happened.
cold as hell, man.
I think you get more fun though by playing the local references to the Japanese stuff. Because Dante, Devil May Cry, same Japanese voice actors that
Really?
Huh.
well, it explains so much.
It kind of does, yeah.
And ironically, the voice of English Sephiroth is the current English voice of Superman. Zayden just gave me a surprise face. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. I'm not making this up.
Now I'm gonna hear the One Winged Angel play whenever I see Superman.
Well, No.
Just out from underneath the cape, a black wing emerges.
Well, they're technically kind of the same character.
No, you should do this with Justice Universe Superman.
Oh god! Oh, that's so evil. I love it.
I don't know, in a new comic book that they have out with,
I need to play the new game.
with the involvement of Dr. Manhattan. That
Fuck.
could be Dr. Manhattan. Bro.
Dr. Manhattan is Superman on steroids. He's literally God. That's what Dr. Manhattan is. He's literally God, though.
Yeah.
Well, he's a god in comparison to mortal man.
He's up.
So, Des, have you started playing 2 yet? And what are your thoughts on it so far, if you have?
On Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
my list of like,
You saw that chunk that Aaron did?
like 2 playthroughs, not like right around I went to that this free time in the
Remember, it's level 8.
where I try not to do anything because seasonal work will
How much he
get.
chunked off.
I'm
Axel's not
purpose for
that.
intellectual fatigue around that.
And he probably got a power up.
Probably.
Because seasonal season starts in August.
Oh, I get you. I just want July 15th because that's when they say they're gonna reveal more stuff. I just want them to go, okay, we know we've been telling you guys forever. Here's some more gameplay. It's not gonna be a 2-minute trailer. It's actually going to be full-on gameplay for them. And we promise no more prequel stuff. I just want them to say that, and I will forgive them for delaying 3 for so goddamn long.
Hey, well, to be fair,
Shut the hell up, Des!
Yo, they do that shit, I'm done.
Yeah.
no, 2.9 and then 2.95.
2.99.
God damn it.
Make a whole trilogy right in between Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2.9, 2.95, 2.99. That would actually be decent.
Actually, that's a good question. How come they never did a story-based game like that?
Well, because
Considering
Kairi never
she-
got a weapon until the end of Dream Drop Distance.
No, that's 2.
No, she had the Keyblade, but she didn't know how to use it. She was just swinging around wildly as the cutscene displayed.
And Birth by Sleep explains how
was
she can use
probably
it.
the most one of the most popular characters in the Kingdom Hearts originals. You can't say that a girl, a Kingdom Hearts game starring a girl wouldn't work.
No, I'm not saying it wouldn't, considering Aqua is also extremely popular.
No, that's why I'm saying that to refute the logic of that's where my use of or hell anyone would say about a Kingdom Hearts game starring a girl wouldn't work. We already have Aqua that proves that it does.
Yeah, 2.8's Birth by Sleep sequel proved that. And that's supposedly only, like, what, 3 hours long at max?
It's like 3 to 4 hours, yeah. But no, like, legit, I play a game based on Kairi. It just, again, that would have to be before 3 or during 3. Honestly, what I'd like to see is, this is going to sound really weird, but I want to see them take a Sonic Adventure route, where there's story modes, and you choose the character you play as, and then you go through the story, or Birth by Sleep, I guess is better.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
So, you do, like, each character does their own story, and then you have one for Sora, Riku, and Kairi, and then at the end, you have the last story, where they all meet up together. And you ditch Donald and Goofy, you play as Sora, and Riku and Kairi are your support, based on your playthroughs of the other 2 pods.
I'm surprised they didn't do that for any of the interim sequels.
That's actually a good question. Oh, wait. Probably because of technology.
Well, no, I'm saying, why is Kingdom... Well, I don't want Donald and Goofy anymore. Mickey can go off with Donald and Goofy and do whatever the fuck he wants. I want a game with Sora, Riku, and Kairi.
That's like, it's like not having the kids in Transformers.
Be as different ones and have the other ones be AIs. That was one of the things that screwed with me versus you can actively swap who were controlling in battle at any given time.
You had to be the first character.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
And the only party worth using was Lightning, Fang, and Hope.
You know what's the irony? The whole game with the exact opposite party.
You use
I use
Choke
Saz,
hair.
I use Saz, Snow, and Vanille. Whole game.
Don't say Snow's
Beat
name.
the game.
Don't say Snow's name. That's me.
Beat the game.
I despise him with a passion, but the ironic thing is that he was the only one who didn't get character assassination on Lightning Returns.
Yeah, he did. He became the bad guy.
He had character development.
Well, here's the dumb thing about the 13. Like, 13-1 was supposed to be a standalone game. And I
It was supposed to tie in with another game that never came out. Which made it
versus
standalone.
13, which
Right.
became 15. And thank God, because 15...
Instead of focusing on versus 13, they just decided to go straight line sequels with the first character they care about, and then the second time, a character we stopped caring about after she went against everything we ever cared about, and they cared about the second game as part of
To be fair though, when you know why they just churned out sequels, it makes more sense. If 13-2 had not sold at all, Square would be bankrupt. Like, they were dying.
less than half of what the original 13 did.
Yes, but they didn't have to spend almost any money on it at all. They only recycled resources, and then they had to make like a thing for Sarah and the new guy, that was it. They basically took almost everything from the first game, like think Majora's Mask to Ocarina of Time. They recycled so much material that they still turned a profit off of 2. Because 13 failed, and 14 almost killed them.
Reskinned areas.
Yeah.
Reskinned being the key there as they had to go.
Yeah. Yeah, the original Final Fantasy XIV was a terrible game.
And it almost killed them. Which is why we've had a decade of nothing but 13.
Because in Japan, lightning's popular.
Yeah, Lightning, everyone wants to bone female Cloud for something.
Because she's female.
She is female
And
Cloud.
because apparently dominatrix. I'm like, what?
I mean, she was a good add to Dissidia, don't get me wrong.
No, in Dissidia she was great.
I loved how she could change classes in the middle of combat. That was so cool.
You mean like how Red Mage can in 14 now?
They don't
Or Ryu and Marvel vs. Capcom.
That was likable about her died in 13 too.
Yeah.
I never played beyond 13-1, so I'm good.
Be thankful. I'm not gonna argue with the first 13 people. They say it's like, I'll just admit to
It was mediocre at best. It wasn't a bad game, wasn't a great game. I heard Lightning Returns was actually better.
The Lightning Returns is actually, ironically, the best one of the bunch, but for the wrong reasons.
But for the wrong reasons, as it's all the side story stuff that's actually interesting and done well, and not the main story stuff showed itself repeating the last two games again, showing there has been no character progression.
I remember when you did your review on 13 and you did like the combat stuff, and you got so mad that you actually blew out your mic when you screamed, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, God damn.
How can you make a system worse than the last two games?
Because Toriyama doesn't know how to develop a game. And also he wants 13-3 to happen, even though Tidus kicked a bomb on the sand and he blew out.
10-3.
10-3, you're right.
Yeah, and no one likes those audio dramas that say things happen after 10-2.
Zayden just rose his hand. Why? You haven't listened to them.
The audio drama that's at the end of 10, the collector's edition, 10-1 and 2.
They English dubbed that?
They English.
They did.
No, hold on, Dad.
No, you're thinking of the bomb thing. No, I'm talking. There's a post. See, the audio dramas are post that. Like Tidus is alive, not necessarily well as they say off, but there's a girl claiming to be Orin's daughter. Sin reemerges,
What?
so on and so forth.
What sin was purged?
Here's the thing.
The first one is where Yuna and Titus somehow get trapped.
Yeah, no, I know about that one. We don't talk about that one. Number 2 is fine. We don't talk about that one. The second audio drama, there's a literal rumor that I've been hearing going around that 10-3 is in the works based on the second audio drama.
Yeah, the second audio drama is the one that sets up 10-3, but that audio drama happens after the one which completely...
Arguably, we could ignore the other one and just say when Tidus came back at the end of 10-2, it didn't work as we had hoped.
But that makes no sense, because 10-2's ending is, let Yuna and Tidus be happy. Why do we need Sin to come back when we literally got rid of Sin? Summoning.
It defeats the entire purpose of the last two games.
No, it actually makes sense in the continuity of the setting, though. Because when you're in the far plane, you can summon souls. And it gets to the point...
Sin is not a soul. Sin is an armor made of souls unmasked summoned by another summoner using an entire city as its energy requirement.
Yes, but that doesn't mean someone strong enough can't basically recreate it in the image that they want, which would reflect Sin, probably its most recent incarnation. But as we learned in that audio drama, little children are willful enough to bring mothers back to life.
Oh, hey, we have...
Flesh.
Hey, Jammer, welcome to the live stream. Hey, Mexican dude. Well, we
and
were
so
talking
that's
so
the
long
case.
that we forgot these people.
That's refuted by the entire creature creator side story in 10.2 International and the remastered version.
Well, no, I'm saying this
Creature
would...
Creator's campaign actually has its own point, as Shinra is trying to find the Fiend who has his mother's soul in it, and he never really finds it.
Well, my point is in the audio drama, there's a child who literally summons his mother back from the dead. And the mother interacts with the child. Even though the father's like, no, it's just an illusion made by the fireflies. The mother then talks, no, I'm back. Let's go home. And then everyone started freaking out. Because that is not okay. And that was the whole premise, basically, that when they broke the far plane at the end of 10.2, shit is wrong now.
Well, Tidus did come back to life.
That's not even that's just pretty much her being an upset. That's already part of the established lore with the whole
The thing is that she was sent before. That's the thing. They bring that up. Everyone is coming back to life. Basically, everything that was sent to the other side is coming back.
Wait, hold on. What move did it use on Corellia that was super effective?
But again, it's not
Light?
an entity in and of itself. It's just a healing of a parasite. Sounds like, and if they're not how should I phrase this? It's just one massive. Okay, yeah, I guess it's one massive zone. And there's still that one right
Well, let's see. We know that Seymour fused with it at the end of 10. And if he's now...
got dragged into it. He let himself be dragged into it.
Yeah, he became one with it. Whether he actually has the willpower to overpower it, that's yet to be seen.
Oh god, if Seymour has the
That's where I think they're
overpower
going with that.
Sin-
I think Seymour is the will that's holding Sin to the mortal realm.
You know what was the most annoying fight? You know what was the most annoying fight at 10? The fucking third fight with Seymour on the Frost Mountain.
No.
That fight is unfair on so many levels.
I agree with you completely. Though it is possible to just summon Thanos to death. But you have-
It is, but he has such high output. He's so fast.
And he dismisses your summons.
And he debuffs you constantly. It's like, fuck.
Third one at the top of
Mount Gagazet, yes.
Yes, that fight is ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, that was my third one. I was thinking the third one of him as an ascent was inside of Sin.
No,
That's the fourth fight. But yeah, no, that's the third time he's come back. Yeah, no, that's the third time he comes back, but your fourth fight's with him. You're correct in that.
How come Seymour wasn't the playable baddie in the city?
Because Jack is cooler.
Jet's cooler, but he's not the main bad guy.
Technically, he is, considering he's been Sin the entire time.
The Seymour thing would make the most sense since he doesn't.
Seymour antagonizes you more than Jet does.
No, I get that, but here's the thing, is I think they were trying to go away from the casters, considering almost all the other villains are casters, other than Sephiroth.
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh wasn't in the original game.
Yes, he was. In Dissidia?
No, he's in Dissidia 2.
X-Death, that's what I meant.
Okay, X-Death still has a sword. Like, he's a half caster, half damage. DPS.
He still uses a sword.
Point with the pseudo 10-3 thing.
Okay.
The audio drama is long because there was a bittersweet angle on the ending, the perfect ending of 10-2 with them examining and wondering if this is actually what she really wanted, and they didn't really build it off of that, and the rest of the film, yeah, she's happy she is, just leave it like that. I admittedly had an issue with the ending of 10-2, and well, the expanded epilogue of 10-2, I should say, where I thought that with her entire character development over 10-2 being accepting how she likes helping people, that she would just go back to like a cheerleader to Titus doing the whole good small thing the original 10 of not finding much fulfillment in principle on this whole mission to save the world where we got to grow up. So even in the expanded last mission after 12 years, it's like there's a bit of like it's not expanding the arc, and like the audio dramas are exacerbating that issue with the story expansion.
Can we all just agree that Waka is the biggest piece of shit? So,
He is.
I love Waka.
racist bastard.
He's not even the original 10. He is kind of a thoughtless jerk.
Racist bastard.
He's also like your best bro, though.
But he's also a racist bastard. He
Yeah?
spends more than half the game shitting on the bed, and then when he finds
every
out
reason to.
Yes, but then when he partners up with one, and he's like, "Hey, brother, look, their home is destroyed," and what's her?
Festival of fireworks.
And Riku's like, "That's my home, jackass."
Most insensitive thing.
Yeah, but then he felt instantly bad for it. He was trying to make a bad situation look better, and he realized he's a shit at it. It's not like he was rubbing it in their face. He was being like, "Hey guys, it's not so bad, right? It looks festive," and it's just like, "No, shut the fuck up, Waka." And then he shut the fuck up.
You know what Burn never made sense though, that somehow got me? Waka? Yeah. Because that...
Yeah.
Wait, why is that?
Because she was boning Chaofu, and then Waka's the closest thing.
Oh, Alex apparently has never played Final Fantasy.
Well, to be fair, that doesn't surprise me, considering most of the recent Final Fantasies have not been good.
15's actually pretty
You
good.
don't play anything that was released for the Xbox and PS3, bar possibly the 10-10-2 remaster.
Which
10?
is also on the PS4.
No, absolutely play 10, play 9, play 7, 6, 4, and 1 probably are the...
You know,
I would skip
next-
3. I would skip 3.
After I finish with 10-2,
Why is it skip 3?
I keep being told that 9 is the next one I should play all the
9
way.
is so good.
9 is my personal favorite. Here's the thing, Des. What was the main problem with 7 that I keep getting into an argument with 8-Bit about? It's a stack material onto instant win game. Because matching in Final Fantasy 7 is ridiculously broken. 9 is, hey, you want classes? Classes are back. The main character, he doesn't use magic at all. He's a thief that uses daggers and swords.
Double swords.
Double swords. You want a tank? Here's the tank. You want a white mage? Here's the white mage. Here's the black mage. Here's the dragoon.
Blue mage.
And here's the blue mage. I'm like, it's got classes! 9's got classes! It's not a stack material onto instant win game!
But no, 9 is really good. The problem with 9, the reason it didn't get a whole lot of coverage...
Because they rushed it out because the PlayStation 2 had just come out.
Yeah, it came out right at the end of the PlayStation 1's life, and they basically skipped like 2/3 of their development for the fourth disc.
With the
So,
final boss that came out
Discs
of
1
nowhere.
through 3 were amazing. And then you get to disc 4 and you're like, wait, what the fuck just happened? You're at the end already.
So
Yeah.
they botched the ending.
Yes.
They botched the ending, but all the way up through that, like, you have a good solid 20 hours of gameplay that is spot on. And memorable characters. Memorable characters, interactions, but again, it came out on the PS2 and they weren't going to redesign it for the PS1. Right as the PS2 came out, they weren't going to redesign it. So they're just like...
I wonder if they would just slammed it on a PS2 disc just to be more condensed since...
disc to PS2 to DVD to CD.
It would run really well.
No, I get the problem is they were like, we're gonna do a 3D Final Fantasy, like a full-on one for the because the Jecht project had been running since before 10 or
Yeah.
before 9's development.
Yes. You got a point there. But yeah, Des, when you play 9, it is the absolute... It's my personal
It's also
best.
the first Final Fantasy with multiplayer.
That is true. And it's got a card game.
No, well, 8 had the card game.
But it brought the card game back and made it better.
Yes.
Yes, but it's much better than it was before. Like, infinitely so.
9 is like the best. Is my favorite.
Also, the main character is not an emo git.
Well, the main character's not a swordsman. He's a thief. He's precocious. He's witty. It's definitely a different turn from all the other main characters.
Well, I'm talking about like how fucking Cloud and Squall are literally the same character.
They're not.
They're both emo gits.
Yeah.
But that's still essentially the same character.
it's not. Like, it's like saying Vegeta and... Well, not Vegeta.
It does not need.
Alright, it's like saying Kie and Sasuke are the same character.
Oh god. No, don't get me and Des started on Sasuke.
Don't get us started on Sasuke.
No, Sasuke Uchiha is one of the worst pieces of shit in all anime.
No, not even anime. In fictional history.
That's
he is
debatable.
No, he is. He is a horrible character. Even in Japan likes him. Everybody everywhere else absolutely fucking hates him. It's like with Lightning, but it's an antagonist instead of a protagonist.
I'm sure.
And again, we're not saying that 13-1 Lightning is terrible. It's just that what she went through, what they had her do in 13-2 Lightning Returns, which is what breaks the ire or her.
But again, the main problem with Sasuke is not only does Kamishinoda have a big boner for him, but
which is funny considering he was never in the original concept of the series.
Yeah, they wanted him to have they were like, you gotta make a rival character for Naruto, so that's why Sasuke got the shaft for that. The problem
He never was
utilized properly.
Pays for his actions.
Never.
He never gets his comeuppance.
He never gets always everything people love him. Despite having no real reason to.
And especially since he started World War fucking 4.
Yeah, but that war brought everyone closer together.
Shut the hell up, David. That's a little bit too far.
No, if you want to say someone's Hitler, it's Madara Uchiha. Madara's the Hitler. The thing is he was just a puppet character, though. That's the problem.
But
he's the poster villain, but the guy who's actually orchestrating the whole thing is Obito and Madara.
But here's the problem with that, Zayden. It's because for some fucking reason, he's like, okay, Sasuke got his revenge on Itachi. Now he can go back to the Hidden League. Oh wait, no.
Except now here's this whole new plot point that's never been referenced before.
Which I will admit was when Naruto was in his really good day, because you're then like, holy shit. Okay.
No, up through that was amazing.
Yeah, because then you're like, holy shit.
It's not even just so much that, it's the fucking god mod.
Yes. Oh my god, the god modding. Oh my god, those god mods pissed me off.
And not even so much the god modding, in that how they nerfed other shown abilities to be ridiculously powerful to continue his god modding. It's like, Naruto has martial mastery with QB powers, that should make him ridiculously strong. Oh, no, that's me, his ass.
Wait, what? Logic ass?
Don't you hear? He was on steroids.
But here's the problem with Sasuke Uchiha. You had a great template for a character, but you didn't utilize it. Like, if you had told me that after Obito revealed to him all this facts about, like, why Itachi killed his family, because all the Uchihas are fucking just jackets.
All but like a handful, yeah.
All but like a handful, like, all of them were just evil digbags, so them being killed makes sense. Now, if you had just told me that, okay, Sasuke's going to remain a pure villain, he's going to die at the end of the series, Sakura will either get with Naruto or with Lee, I'd be like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Preferably Lee for Ryken.
All about that Lee.
They make the following characters, the actual protagonists, revolve around him and getting his redemption, and that never actually fucking comes.
And which he shouldn't have gotten in the first place, considering that he's a fucking... Considering he's a traitor to his village, and he started the 4th World War!
Well, it helps when you're best friends with...
That's bullshit. That's a bullshit excuse.
Yeah, but...
You know, Naruto should be like...
Yeah, except Naruto literally cannot let friends go.
That's because Naruto's a dumbass.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm not arguing. That's definitely an argument there. But that's the logic.
But even by that logic, there should have been a breaking point to that way of his actions, and you don't doubt if they were part of the whole growing up thing that would have been required for Naruto to become this race next Hokage, which of course never actually happened, because by the time we get to Naruto, he is a character with no idea of how to progress, that he's pretty much everything he ever hated about others, and is like his son, who acts like a more dumbass version of
Which I don't even understand how you can even do that. Here's another thing. By the way, if you saw your supposed best friend...
Oh no, we're totally reading this, Jamer.
Yeah, we're reading it, don't worry. But if you saw your supposed best friend... The chat.
We're just also, we get distracted easily,
Yeah.
so...
But if you saw your
go on
supposed best
tangents.
friend kill one of your main love interests, which Sasuke did, again, he rammed his entire hand through Sakura's body. At that point, you're just like, that chick really loved you,
No,
and you
that
just...
should have been the point where Sakura stopped giving a damn about it, because that would have been a bit more personal of a betrayal than, you know, like, knocking her around and just leaving.
But
Now,
nope.
You see the... In hindsight, you see the problem diving with that all the way back in the Sasuke retrieval arc, where they forgive him for his awful actions that are completely of his own free will, and they never stop doing that. They never stop making excuses for his actions.
And this is why Sasuke is a
Even
terrible
then,
character.
But you eventually go past the point of no return with that.
Like, at that point, it's just like, you know what? You've done so much evil shit in this series, you don't even deserve redemption. You are, like, beyond redemption at this point. But no.
They never realize that. They never get to that point, and that would have been an acknowledgement of something actually mature in the narrative, especially since the entire world thing is an exasperation of the whole corporate world through arms conquest being because of double law.
Double O
Double O
is
season
good.
1 was good. Double O season 2 is where it gets kind of screwy.
Hey, Des, can we at least agree, though, that, fucking Gundam Seed is a terrible show and
That's
should
the
never
chibi
be
one?
remembered?
No,
No,
that's-
Gundam
no,
Seed.
SD Gundam.
I keep thinking, because SD and C, you know...
Yeah, I got you. But no, it's SD Gundam that you watch.
So bad.
If you do want to watch Double O,
I
See,
have-
Destiny was also pretty bad.
I need to
You're
watch
right
My
about
Hero
that.
Academia.
yo, it's really fucking
And the sad thing is they're not even worse than Gundam.
What's worse than Destiny? Or Gundam Seed?
Age
Age.
is worse.
Age is pretty bad.
Dude,
How is it
I
bad?
didn't even care to watch it.
How?
Damn.
Wait. How bad was it?
Take the entire Universal Century timeline.
I would watch some of these series.
What the fuck? Are you serious, dude?
So, they're up through the time skip or you just...
Time, and the entire series exists over the course of, I want to say, 40 to 60 years. I don't exactly remember the exact dates. I couldn't exactly.
The concept wasn't bad, but
The execution was terrible.
Execution was terrible.
Much like a lot of Naruto. Great concepts, terrible execution.
I think one of the worst things about Naruto was its horrible utilization of its secondary characters.
Which were all more interesting than the primary character.
Which was the
I
same
totally
problem
agree.
you have with Attack on Titan, where the main characters are nowhere near as interesting as the side characters.
Like, seriously, where is Lee shitting on something? That should have been half the show.
No, here's my question.
Is 10 becoming the ultimate weapons master, especially since the whole series got ridiculously big and is now ridiculously popular, even though it's been an ultimate weapon round. Alright, Wednesday night, where 2 of its main characters have the ability to summon an unlimited number of weapons to fire at people.
not to mention that the new chick on My Hero Academia, this chick on there has the same power that she can produce any weapon.
Yeah, it's like, that is something ridiculously interesting. It's like, she gets one fight in the series.
Here's something funny.
Yeah, 10, well no, she gets like, yeah, like
A couple
2,
fights.
like she gets 2 or 3 fights, but they all wind up the exact same.
That's actually funny because when you think about people like Sakura as the worst character, no, it's 10-10. 10-10 is the worst character.
These special magic weapons in the series, it's like she's a weaponsmith. You're telling us she didn't acquire any weapons with these special properties, despite them being able to catch a tag to something to give it a special property. What the hell?
Yeah, I would agree, like, in terms of being used, 10-10 is worse than Sakura.
No, that's true. But 10-10 also had so much little time screen in comparison to Sakura, is why Sakura's worse.
I disagree there. I disagree. Sakura actually got character development.
No, she got
and then
development.
lost that character development
then
because
she lost it.
Kimishimoto.
Yeah, how the fuck you lose it?
She
Because
had it, and then she lost
Kimishimoto
it.
wanted Sakura and Sasuke to marry, and I'm like, absolutely not.
No, I don't think she
Kimishimoto.
should have married. Though what would have been really interesting, I think, what they should have done is have Sasuke die in the Great War, die protecting the world, like die taking out the big bad.
If they
and that way
redeemed
and that's his redemption is he died to save the world. Then they're like,
Dying to fix his own mess.
yeah, dies to fix his own mess, but he also did it to like save everyone else, blah blah blah. And that's how they're like, he will go down as a hero, and we're just gonna kind of ignore all this now. But at least he's dead. He got his comeuppance. But what would have been interesting there is to homage to Sakura's love for Sasuke, which is that
Name her son Sasuke.
no, you have it where Karin has Sasuke's child because he was totally hitting that. And don't tell me he didn't.
Oh, no,
And then you just basically have it where it is in Boruto, where
All-
Sarada is
All those
Karin's
goddamn
daughter.
bite marks.
Physically hitting.
Yeah, physically hitting maybe.
Well,
Sasuke,
probably a bit of both.
Sasuke strikes me as that kind of character that would do the spousal abuse though. Because
Uh,
that relationship
It's called
with
tough love.
No, it's not called tough love. You shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth.
But no, in all seriousness, he would have, Karin would have had his child, but she would probably die at some point.
And then Sakura would raise
And
the child.
Sakura would raise Sarada Uchiha as her own daughter.
Which would have made more sense for that stupid manga prequel where
Oh god.
Sarada is going, "You're not my real mom," and actually play off of that.
Yes, because let's be real, Sarada's design actually resembles Karin more than Sakura.
Oh, and Sasuke. for that matter.
Well, I mean, yeah,
With the exception of her stupid hair.
yeah, but no, she looks like Karin a lot more than any of the other characters.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't do the shipping wars in Naruto anymore because it's just like, it's fucking stupid.
Well, it's also over.
That too. No, there's people who still argue it.
It's done. The creator has spoken.
The creator is fucking wrong.
There
You can't
is
be
a
wrong.
character they did worse by than 1010.
Who is
Getting
that?
Back to the point I was trying to make.
Gara?
Anko.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow,
Holy
you're
shit.
right. Anko did.
No,
get
yeah, no.
badly.
Anko was the complete and utter badass trainer who was Orochimaru's apprentice that we see in the tournament arc. And then
Oh,
she just
and the-
drops off the map. After
Oh,
that.
and the tree is the tree fights. Yeah, the tree. Well, she didn't get
Yeah,
that.
she didn't get anything after the
No,
tuning
she
arc.
was
You're
gone after
absolutely
that.
Right.
After the tuning arc, she was gone. They introduced the character for that.
At best cameos, and then time skip to the Boruto era, and she is a bad instructor at the.
Well, one of her traits was she did have an unhealthy obsession with sweets.
That's fucked up.
But no, that is fucked up. I agree. Like, I didn't even think about Anko because she fell off the map after the tuning exam. And unless you watched all the filler, she never really came back up again.
Well, that's because fillers don't count.
Well, I played the games for most of the plot of Naruto.
I'll say
because
this.
they're so much better.
I'll say this: CyberConnect tells the story of Naruto much better than Kimishimoto does.
True story.
That's because
And those fights are so intense.
And
those
that's also-
boss fights. You've never played them, have you, Ryken? The Naruto games.
the Ultimate Ninja.
The
Storm.
Ultimate Ninja Storm. You played those? No, those games are so intense.
No, they are.
But here's the thing: you also have like a team of writers writing the story. It's based on the story Kimishimoto did, but they fix
They
a
make
lot of the
slight
problems.
alterations.
Yes. Oh, speaking of CyberConnect, yes, how happy are you about GU getting HD remastered?
I'm screaming even more because of them actually putting out the licensing stuff for outside of Japan, which increases the odds of them actually getting
Stop hacking.
increased odds then of the English dub version getting part of that release and of course version people can now understand. Yes.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, I get to finally play what you think is like your favorite RPG game.
Yes.
Plus Haseo, who is like Riku, the anti-Sasuke.
I should say Sasuke's entire character arc done right.
Yes. Zane and I have actually talked about this on our live streams. There are sometimes I get into arguments with people about if Riku ripped off Sasuke. I'm like, no! Riku is the exact opposite of Sasuke Uchiha.
Well, in the first game,
In the first game, he was going down the path, but towards the end, he's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck have I done?
No.
This is wrong."
No,
and then he spends
never,
most of it.
He never gets that scene. The only time we ever see any form of redemption in Riku in Kingdom Hearts 1 is when he's attacking Kairi, and he's like, "No, I'm not letting that happen." And then that's it.
HD remix, where he's in the dark world and Mickey's talking to him.
Okay, but that wasn't.
And then he spends most of
And
he
then
spends
even
the
that
entirety
was
of,
just like, man,
and
I
then
kind
he
of fucked
spends-
up.
And then he spends the entirety of Chain of Memories lamenting over what he did, and then he comes out as a better character for it because he's like,
Yeah,
I
that's
did
fine,
this,
but that's a
and
whole
I
new
was
game.
wrong.
That's a whole new game. That's you can't use that
I'm not
as a
talking
base
about
argument.
Kingdom Hearts 1.
I'm talking about
Riku.
Kingdom Hearts
I'm
1.
talking about Riku as a character throughout all the games.
No, I'm talking about in Kingdom Hearts 1, Riku showed almost no remorse, and even in that one scene they added after the fact, it's only a little bit of remorse.
But then afterwards, though, he
and then
actually
in later
did.
games, yes, but by that logic, you'd have to. That would be Naruto to Boruto levels
Can
of
we all
transition.
agree, though, that he's still a dick?
Riku? Oh yeah.
Riku.
Well,
Yeah,
let's be fair.
No,
Kingdom
because
Hearts 2. Riku, where are you? I'm so worried about you. Stands right there. Big ass middle finger. Whole game.
pretty much.
Oh, and of course defeating Sora again for the job he was doing because he didn't know that he should be doing something else because he didn't bother to fucking tell him anything.
Well, at least this, Riku didn't steal the show from Sora like, yeah, I almost said Kairi, like Sasuke did with Naruto.
No, legitimately, I'm kind of surprised he didn't, because he's
Kingdom Hearts knows who its protagonists are.
Unlike Naruto, who
Hey.
doesn't know who its protagonists are.
just gonna say Riku's the true pro tag. Sora just stole the pro tag. Have you ever not played Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yes, we get that, but
Riku's the true Keyblade Master.
I'm just saying, Riku has kind of like lamented the fact he's like, okay,
There's
yeah,
one over there
never mind.
too. You could go over there. There you go. My whole thing is, I kind of agree with a lot of people that have problems with the expanded Kingdom Hearts universe. Because back in the day, up through Kingdom Hearts 2, there were only really 3 Keyblades. There's the Keyblade of Light that Sora has, the Keyblade of Darkness that Mickey has, and the Keyblade of In-Between, which Riku has at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. And that was it. Until Kairi got a weird one.
This is the darkness, even though it's like, it's gold and silver. You don't really think of darkness as gold and silver.
Yeah.
Well, no, but he got it from the World of Darkness. It is the Kingdom Key of the World of Darkness.
Oh, okay.
And it's also in inverted colors of the ones of light.
Which is weird that he doesn't use it in that one cutscene and recode it. Why is he using the stupid Star Seekers Keyblade?
Yeah, well, regardless. My point, though, for that is...
Not regardless, it's his main
I was
blade
making
now.
a point. My point is in the original up through 2, those were the only 3 Keyblades, and the other designs were just augmentations, but these were the only blades that existed. Period.
Yeah, you could alter the blade, but it was still the same blade.
And then, even in the preview scene for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, even in the preview scene, those were the 3 Keyblades they used. Terra, Aqua, and Ventus were wielding Keyblade of Light, Keyblade of Darkness, Keyblade of In-Between.
Twilight. That's what people call it.
Yeah. Twilight leaves a bad taste in my mouth after this one.
We don't talk about
That's
Twilight
why I don't
the
say the
book.
word. Period. But no. But then in Birth by Sleep, when they released the game, they fucked it up, and they're like, everyone has a Keyblade. We've gone full Star Wars. Remember when only 3 people had lightsabers? Now everyone has a lightsaber.
To be fair, they didn't expect Kingdom Hearts. Well, the first Kingdom Hearts was just supposed to be a one-off game,
Well, but they
and then it
ruined-
exploded, and they're like, "What the?"
But they
shit?
ruined the whole dichotomy they'd set up, where here's a legendary weapon. This thing has legends written about it. And then they're like, by the way, we're gonna have to retcon everything.
That's why I don't.
I get it there. Like, it's just a realistic thing. Like, maybe each room has a keyblade, or each concept has a keyblade, and it needs to find a fielder that matches that concept.
Maybe that was the intention behind that, was a simple rule.
But then each
No,
world has more than one.
because King Triton in Kingdom Hearts 1 goes, the Keyblade is a weapon of evil and darkness. Maybe the Keyblade of that world was actually a weapon of evil.
Well, he was quoting, according to the extended universe from Birth by Sleep, he was literally quoting one of the legendary tales of the Eye Blade wielder, which is what we know now.
Why is it called Keyblade? It should just be called the X-Blade.
Well, because they had to make it make sense for the lore from the first game.
Rest in peace, Leonard.
Oh yeah, so there is one keyblade, just that we've never actually seen the real keyblade.
Well, we see it once when Vanitas and Ventus recombine. They forge the true Keyblade. The problem is it's literally 2 kingdom keys crossing with a sword coming out of it.
And you know it's gonna come back in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, absolutely, because that's Xehanort's whole shtick, is he's trying to forge this for himself.
And to control Kingdom Hearts.
And which, well, no, that is the one true key to Kingdom
I
Hearts.
argue that is actually the ultimate weapon that Sora ends up wielding.
It is.
That would actually make a lot of sense considering Ventus is the chosen wielder, and Sora and Ventus share a heart for the entire franchise.
Pretty much.
Which is,
That's
like,
it's
it's-
weapon, but it's used by its exception.
no, here's the thing though, it's not that they're not doing a good job of, like, covering up their tracks, because they're doing a decent job. They're tying up all the loose ends. My problem is they had a really, like, it's like you have this artifact weapon, and now Sora's blade means literally nothing next to everyone else.
Well, it's
Axel has a keyblade, Riku has a keyblade.
Blackbeard.
what you say, Ryken? Blackbeard. Blackbeard does not have a keyblade. You shut your fucking
No, but he
mouth.
stole Whitebeard's powers.
Oh, one piece.
That's both fucking ass.
Still butthurt.
Yep, goddamn right.
But no, in all seriousness, that was my big thing with Kingdom Hearts. Because the first game, they were all going on, this is the Keyblade. Capital K Keyblade. This is the one and only Keyblade. And then Mickey shows up with another Keyblade, he's in the World of Darkness, and through the journals of the later games, you find out he's building the Key of Darkness, the Keyblade of Darkness, the one key for that realm. And it made sense, because then you have one on each side, one of light, one of dark, and
And
it
then one
makes
in
balance. It's fair. And then in Chain of Memories and 2, you find out that technically the world of Twilight, or the world of In-Between, is its own realm and has its own Keyblade, the way to Dawn.
Which is what Riku.
Which is what Riku obtains, yes.
Which is actually funny because his weapon that he got from Ansem evolved into that Keyblade.
Yeah, like, it seems to be something awoken from someone's soul, not necessarily something you can just go pick up, like the Darkness one.
Yeah.
But then they're like, and then in the trailer for Birth by Sleep, Terra, Aqua, and Ventus were wielding those three Keyblades in the correct order for them to actually have them.
And then you saw the Keyblade graveyard.
And-
which
well,
was
no,
fucking
even-
haunting even to this day.
No, even in the Keyblade Graveyard, those are the three they used in the teaser.
No, I'm talking like the graveyard where
That's where the fight scene
No,
was.
where all the keys are in the ground.
Yeah,
All-
those all look like tombstones of sorts.
That's what I was getting at. Those are just fake Keyblades that weren't based on the
Right.
three.
You could argue that they were just man-made replicas, which is now what every Keyblade is, other than the one that only
Kind of
comes
like
up.
Gamera.
Yeah.
And it's just I feel that they've ruined it. And now Kingdom Hearts, Axel has a fucking Keyblade.
No, here's my question.
And
What
it's
the
not
fuck-
even
hold
the
on,
Bond
hold
of Flame.
Hold on. What the fuck about Xehanort's Keyblade? Apparently the oldest Keyblade ever made. The one with the eye.
Yeah, no, the Ultra backstory, yeah. Just fucking... He has a Keyblade that existed from before the Keyblade War that has an eye in it that sees all time.
That all
So
star-
it's Soul Edge.
Pretty much.
It's, yeah, well, it's a blue eye, though. That's the only real difference, but yeah. And as far as we know, it doesn't steal souls, but that is debatable.
Blue Eye Soul Edge?
Blue Eye Soul
No,
Edge
seriously,
Dragon.
imagine if Nightmare picked up a Keyblade.
That would be scary.
Imagine if there was a Keyblade forged out of shards. Of
Nightmare
Soul
from
Edge.
Soul Calibur, Des.
That is almost
No,
as
yeah.
terrifying as Hulk having the red ring, lantern ring.
But no, seriously, because we've learned in Kingdom Hearts 1, they made a huge deal of how there was only the one Keyblade, because Riku had to build a Keyblade out of literal hearts to make the black one that he used, Ansem Riku.
That Keyblade was awesome.
It was awesome, but he's also the researcher of all the legends, so he knew how to build a Keyblade out of pure magic.
Well, one half of the man
Well,
knew all the about the
He was the
building.
one in charge. He just didn't have the physical form for it.
No, he didn't have the physical form, but he's still one half of Xehanort.
Well, he had all the knowledge, clearly.
Yes, but I'm still
Because
saying
Xemnas didn't know how to build the Keyblade.
because
otherwise he
Xemnas
would've.
was a dumbass.
Xemnas was the physical aspect left behind, and the Heartless was everything else. Which is weird, because it should be the other way around, really. The mind is what should have stayed with Xemnas. But that's neither here nor there.
The Heartless versus Nobody thing is ridiculously inconsistent as it is.
It
It
is,
is.
but it was a good concept. They just don't know how to implement it. Like, legitimately, because even when I remember when I was first playing Kingdom Hearts 1, I'm like, well, if your heart's gone, what happens to the rest of you? And they're like, oh,
Hold
it just
on.
disappears.
Hold
And I'm
on,
like,
hold
that's
on.
boring.
Hold on.
I'm giving it to
But the Heartless is the heart, so shouldn't it be the Nobody because it's lacking its body? that's kind of my logic.
Well, the logic is the Heartless are creatures that are devoid of heart that consume hearts and create more Heartless. The no bodies are the bodies that are left behind. Yes, the names are ironic.
Irony.
They're meant to be that way. In the journals of Kingdom Hearts 2, they actually go into that a little bit.
You know what,
Oh,
though?
thank you, because that has been screwing with me.
No, I get what you're...
2 and Birth by Sleep explain the lore a
No,
lot
legitimately,
better.
yeah. Kingdom Hearts... Actually, if you're playing the remaster,
You would
they
think
start
this
going
would be
into that.
You would think this would be something they put on the Kingdom Hearts wiki.
They did it?
They didn't put that in the wiki?
No!
Are you certain about that?
Holy
Yes.
shit, that's retarded. I remember going through and they're like, I've dubbed these creatures no bodies because they're not meant to exist at all, and it's ironic because they are what remains from a Heartless. And I'm like,
Yeah,
huh, that's
the
fair.
wiki. I looked in the wiki when I did my original review of Kingdom Hearts and was looking up all this information, and it was not there.
Well, it wasn't brought up in Kingdom Hearts 1 at all. It was slightly hinted in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and then in Kingdom Hearts 2, they go way into it.
Phase, yes, we do know the memories go to the nobody.
Yeah, the heart is gone, so they have no real
Emotions.
personality, true personality.
Or emotions.
But they have all the memories, the cunning, and the habits of the original body. What I think is retarded is when you kill both, they reform into the original being, basically making them immortal as long as they can continue to become a Heartless.
Don't spoil the fucking storyline.
You could literally Google that.
That's the thing that I saw as weird from when I was playing Chain of Memories. They do have emotions, or at least
They fake
the
it.
retention of their memories to act like they have emotions. So it's like there's not much difference.
Here's the
from
thing
person
about
they
that,
used to
though.
be, because they still seem like they feel and act like that other person.
No, and that's true, and that leads to a lot of problems. But also, you gotta remember, Chain of Memories wasn't dubbed or animated until after Kingdom Hearts 2. So when the game came out,
It's like the same storyline.
no, it is, but it was all in text, so you couldn't really feel from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, their lines.
Okay, yeah, I could see you reading more into the text, but once you start having like dialogue with read differently, I get
Right.
why.
And so when that game came out, they were just kind of going with the text, and then the Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and a lot of the characters were kind of bland and flat because they had no emotion. Syx being a prime example, as is Xemnas as well. And then a lot of them were just kind of monotone for half of the game. But then when Chain of Memories came out again, it was just, wait, these guys are super animated. Why are they so animated? Lark's is a prime example. She does not sound like...
Zigbig. Zigbig had a personality.
Zigbar?
Zigbar, yeah.
Yes, he did. He was the only one.
Well, that's because he was also
Demix
the
was a
original...
coward,
Well,
but that was it.
That's because Zigbig
Zigbar.
was Zigbar or whatever was the second right-hand man to Xehanort.
Yes.
For
yes.
some fucking reason.
Well, he was a random hired assassin who then proved his worth, I guess.
Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a new voice.
Dude,
$5.
they're gonna have to find somebody who can replicate him for Kingdom Hearts 3.
No, they're basically probably just gonna use Yen Sid, that guy, which is what they did for Chris Lee.
What?
Diz. He was Ansem the Wise. Diz. Christopher Lee voiced Ansem the Wise in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yes, I know Christopher Lee voiced him.
And then when they every time he's come up since then, he's been done by the guy who does Diz, or for Yen Sid, instead of him, yeah. So they're probably going to do the same thing there.
Are you sure?
They have a bad tendency of recycling. He's also Judge Forlow.
I'll say this about Square Enix's casting. When they get you to do a character role, you're stuck with that role for life, basically. Steve Burlone, the guy who voices Cloud, has done nothing else in
Steve
video
Burton.
game. Whatever.
It's Burton.
Whatever.
I remember because Tim Burton. I thought he was related at first.
Well, he hasn't done anything else besides Cloud in voice acting.
Voice acting, true. But he is a soap opera star.
Yes, but I'm just saying that he hasn't done anything else voice acting wise. Cloud is the only one.
No, I believe that. But
Which
again,
is weird that he didn't come back for Smash 5.
Sakurai gets a lot of work.
Who gets a lot of work?
Sakura Sakurai, the Japanese voice actor for Cloud.
Really?
Yeah.
huh?
Ironic.
Well, Japan.
We were talking about John Heck GU earlier. He also voices Aseo in GU, the protagonist of GU.
So So Japanese Cloud is Japanese Haseo, who is a
Yes.
character who Yuri Lowenthal voices in the English dub of
Well, I
Japan
mean,
GU.
fun fact, the voice of Japanese Link, or just, I guess, regular Link, for real, the voice of Link...
Yeah, it's Viral from Gurren Lagann.
That's what I was gonna say, Viral from Gurren Lagann. That's exactly where I was going with that.
Yeah, and it's like, he is
Upper left.
that guy's name. Why am I blanking on his name? I know his name. I'm blanking on it off the top of my head, but he's literally, his nickname is literally the King of Graves. Dude,
Because he always plays the warrior character.
after the character he played, but mostly because he's known for voice to obscure characters and a signature shout.
Yeah.
For Link, I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, again, he's also Viral in Gurren Lagann.
Sam Riegel
in
as the
the-
voice of Link.
That's what I was saying. When I first found that out, I'm like, when they dubbed Gurren Lagann, that guy, if they do it right, he could be the voice of Link, and I could actually see him doing it.
Which is funny because Sam Riegel is one of the few 4Kids voice actors that has a career outside of 4Kids.
Dan Green, but we don't talk about his outside of 4Kids.
We don't talk about the hint.
Too.
Well, yeah, because his wife died in childbirth.
Well, no, I'm just saying, he used to do, like, hentai and
We
shit.
don't talk about that part of his career.
That's what I'm saying. But it's so awkward when you see that one scene, like, on the YouTube videos.
Which is
Now cluck like a
which is
chicken.
Hilarious because, oh, right, difference in character, never mind.
I mean, yes. Answer me this question. Out of all the 4Kids voice actors, besides Mike Pollock, Sean Schimmel, because he's Funimation, and Sam Riegel, who would you say, out of all the other voice actors there, who got any other work outside of 4Kids after they shut down? Because the 4K actors now, not the same cast and crew.
Some of them have carried over, but I can't exactly remember any notable that.
4Kids Amy. 4Kids were Amy Rose. She got some roles in other animes. Lisa Orth, I think. I know Bella Hudson hasn't gotten any voice acting work.
I'm just glad Sega's out of 4Kids.
I think everybody's happy about that.
I just want them to go back. That's it. They can keep the entire rest of the cast for Sega.
Ow!
Lee Sonic is Ryan Drummond.
Ow!
And I am the happiest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, the voice actor for the adventure games.
Yes. Yes.
And Heroes.
For
Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Sonic's voice. I need that back so bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with the new guy, but he's just not as good.
Roger Craig Smith is pretty good.
Yes, he's just not as good as the character of Sonic.
What is that?
4Kids. I know. I'll tell him.
Well,
I'll
the
tell him.
actor for Robotnik died of cancer, so, and right when that was happening, Sega was renegotiating contract, and they then, instead of getting one new voice, they decided to just go with the whole company, and went to 4Kids.
Well, no. The real story is Mike Pollock came to Sega and said, "I'll do the voice if you want me to." They said, "Okay, fine," and they were gonna just do that. Just have Mike Pollock be Eggman,
Which he is still.
which he still is. And to be fair, he's a much better Eggman than the original guy. is
Nope.
now.
No,
you can just
shut your mouth.
No, you shut your fucking mouth. You shut your mouth.
I
If they're
want to say the OG, man.
Original Robotnik. He had.
His name's not Robotnik.
He is Robotnik. The
Get
Japanese
over it.
has even changed the setting of Robotnik to make his name Robotnik.
No,
In
they haven't.
Japanese, his
No, they
grandfather's
fucking
name is
haven't.
Gerald Robotnik.
His Japanese, yeah, sure. His
Which means
grandfather's name,
his family name is Robotnik.
and his real name is Eggman.
That's his nickname. As per the manuals today.
Nope.
They changed his family name because Robotnik was such a popular name in the West.
Too bad it's a shit name.
It's an amazing
It's
name.
a shit name.
It is an amazing
It's
name.
a shit name.
They even reference it in Sonic Generations. Even the Japanese.
It's still a shit name.
Stop Robotnik!
Still a shit name.
It's literally so much better.
Anyway, what happened was Mike Pollock agreed to the fucking thing, but Sega then decided, you know what? Let's not contact the original voice actors who did the characters, all these characters, because at the time, Shadow the Hedgehog was the brand new Sonic game coming out at the time. Let's just hire them. Yeah. Let's just recast the entire crew and not tell the original voice actors cast about it. And when Ryan Drummond called Sega, be like, hey, when do you want me to come in to do lines for Sonic or Shadow the Hedgehog? they said, we replaced you like a couple weeks ago. And he's like, He's like, are you fucking serious right now?
Which was dick move.
No, absolutely.
You know what's even worse, Des? David Humphrey actually recorded lines for Shadow the Hedgehog during that process.
That would have been so much better. That would've been
I'm
so
not
much
joking.
better.
I'm not joking.
No.
He had like 50% of the lines done.
No, legitimately, I would honestly. I want Nintendo to be bought. I want Nintendo to buy Sega. I just need to buy Sega out, and then go back to the original cast, whoever's still willing to do it, and then just fill in the blanks.
I don't know. I kind of.
I doubt that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
Nintendo buying Sega is not unrealistic because Nintendo would if they ever
If they had a reason.
if they had a reason to, right? And let's be real, Sonic under Nintendo's banner, Sonic would rise again. Truly,
Hey, Forces.
they are good at keeping characters where they need to be.
Hey, Forces is looking pretty damn good though.
I'm more interested in Mania, honestly.
Mania looks great, but Forces caught my eye.
It would be good in reports and the E3 Expo.
No, the gameplay for Forces is fucking fantastic. No glitches.
Play the demos.
Yeah, no glitches whatsoever. No bad control schemes. The controls in Force is like fucking perfect.
My thing is they're using the same gimmick as the very last game.
Which is fine. Mario and Zelda and Metroid and
No.
Pokemon.
That's the
They
same
use the same
formula.
They use the same formula, but they update it. to make
Yeah,
it
here's the thing: is
different.
they're using the same gimmick. That's a different thing entirely.
The whole party thing.
Well, no, the whole modern Sonic and classic Sonic team up to take out Robotnik again.
Oh, the new bad guy. There's a new bad guy in Forces.
Yeah, but that's for your custom characters, you know it. Yeah, it's basically the same concept of Generations, which isn't...
Because Generations is the last Sonic game they made that actually worked.
Lost World was average, but yeah, Generations was their last good game, hands
Yeah.
down.
Sonic, yeah, because we have the last game was
Sonic Boom doesn't count.
Yeah, we don't talk about Sonic Boom. That was technically developed through Big Red Button, so
But what happened-
we let that one slide under a
But
different category.
here's the story about what happened with Rise of Lyric. Rise of Lyric...
Sega made the same mistake again.
No. What they did was they didn't tell the developers Big Red Button, employees from old Naughty Dog days, by the way, who are great at making mascots with animal characters or games.
Crash Bandicoot's coming back!
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot. But here's the thing: they didn't tell them that it was on the Wii U because Big Red Button thought they were making a game for the PS4 and the Xbox One. But because Sega didn't tell them that it was for the Wii U exclusively, they basically had to patch together what they had for a game. Like if they had told them it was for the Wii U, we would have gotten a decent game at best. A decent game at best. Mediocre at worst.
I mean, that's distinctly possible. The problem is I don't think I like Sonic Boom's setting because it's going too far away from the core set. Sonic.
I don't mind the designs, but from seeing the graphic novel, I don't like that characterization.
No, it's a different universe. It's like DC Comics. It doesn't matter.
Well, my thing is,
DC Comics, rebooting our universe every 5 years.
Except the yeah, compared to Marvel, where they just made Captain America into a goddamn Nazi.
well,
And the Spider-Man, they can deal with the devil to erase never having been married.
And to save his dying aunt from the devil.
look, seriously, just let her fucking die.
Yeah!
They let her fucking die previously, like 300 issues before they did the deal with the Mephisto thing. She died around issue 400.
I just realized something. You could have just used
That fucking
that way.
turnkey.
Yep. Marvel doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
No.
But in back to Forces, the gameplay for Forces looks really good. Chaos is back. Metal Sonic is back. Zavik is back, and Shadow is a bad guy again for some fucking reason.
Well, they probably pulled him right out of it too. Kind of like how he fought you in the middle of Generation.
Probably. That's probably what happened.
Well, here's the thing. It seemed like they're literally pulling all the villains from the previous games, all of which have come back up from Generations. The only new one is the Zen.
I just realized something, guys. Breath of the Wild celebrated 30 years of Zelda this year. We have Sonic Forces and Mania celebrating Sonic's 25th anniversary this year.
Which was last year.
Which was last year. That's my point I'm getting at. Because Breath of the Wild, the 30th anniversary of Zelda was last year too. Yes. And we're having Samus Returns on the 3DS celebrate the 30th anniversary
what you're saying is
of
everyone's
Metroid.
a year late.
Yeah! Isn't that ironic?
That's stupid. They should have all been ready last year. Breath of the Wild was designed for last year, it just got delayed. But again, I'd rather have it be complete than a broken game.
I can't wait for the DLC. That DLC is gonna be great.
Look, I swear to God, if my Master Sword still turns off for any reason after I do the DLC, I'm done.
I want to get my copy of...
Literally, we finally got rid of breaking weapons in Fire Emblem, and then they put it in my Zelda. Literally, that's what happened! Fates got rid of breaking weapons in Fire Emblem, and then the very next Zelda game has breaking weapons.
But if I ever meet Ainuma, I want him to sign my copy of Breath of the Wild. Be like, could you please sign this? And he'd be like, oh, sure. I'm like...
But of course, we can't forget the new expansion to Breath of the Wild.
Oh god, yeah, the DLC character stuff. The second...
Breath of the Wild, Skyrim.
That's pretty... Oh, yeah, that's right! Skyrim has... If you use your Breath of the Wild Link amiibo on the Skyrim version, you get the Hylian Shield and the Master Sword.
And a blue tunic.
And a blue tunic. I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm probably never gonna get it though on the Switch.
Like, if I have to be honest, I would get it for the Switch, because, like, I can upgrade the Master Sword and only use that throughout Skyrim. Fuck yeah, Sea-King, let's do it.
Well, couldn't you just mod the original Skyrim to look like Zelda?
Yes, but
so why would you do it? Why would you pay for the same game to do the same thing you can already do?
Because I want to have Skyrim on the go. That's the big appeal to the Switch, and you fucking know it.
You go ahead and throw your money away, okay? You have fun with that.
Have fun.
Yeah, fuck you.
All I know is I called Zelda Skyrim a long time ago.
No,
yeah.
But when I was doing my stream for Breath of the Wild, I was literally titled the stream Best Skyrim Mod Ever.
It's a great game.
That's what it was.
It's a great game. Breath of the Wild is a fantastic fucking game.
So Skyrim.
It's a 7 out of 10.
I disagree there.
The breaking weapons and the lack of stuff to do in the world kills it for me.
That's your opinion.
It's too large an overworld then? Too empty an overworld?
It's not empty. It's
Well, no,
just that...
the rewards you get don't have value per se.
Watch
like,
see it fix that completely.
Well, no, the problem is all the side quests give you breakable stuff or consumables. Nothing you get in a quest is valuable other than the main quest. And then the only thing other than that to explore is Koroks, which only expand your inventory and only after massive numbers. And to be honest, you don't even need them all. Once you get like 200, you're good for the entire game.
My question is, what are they going to do with the second DLC
But all the weapons are breakable. All of them. So it doesn't matter what you get. Ever. The only thing that is kind of interesting is the shrines. But even then, like, you use those to get like heart containers or increase your stamina, but they're just miniature dungeons, and I would have rather had 8 full dungeons just using all of those and then gone out and found heart pieces again, like back in the old days.
Hey, I'm gonna do the tournament before going.
Oh, do
right
the
ahead, Do a grind up, actually. That's a good idea.
Do you want to do the battle tower? That's the actual Mount Battle? Or do you want to actually do a tourney?
Tourney, because Mount Battle, you're battling newbies and you don't get that much XP from
Yeah,
it
but we
anyway.
can climb it.
Yeah, but I just think that doing it
Well, it's up to you,
better.
Ryken. You're the one playing those moves. No, what they should have done is instead of making weapons breakable, they should have made it more like the original game where you could get higher grades of weapon. Like where you'd be like, well, I have the wooden sword, and now I have the iron sword, and then I have the steel sword, and now I have like a silver sword, and then the master sword.
You didn't get the Master Sword in Zelda 1, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, you have
I
the
almost
tiers.
said high reward.
Because think of, like, Ocarina of Time. You had all 3 weapons in your gear, and you could switch them out at any time as long as you were the appropriate size. But you had them on you. You could switch them out. So they should have implemented that and made the weapon upgrades a huge deal.
And augmentations.
And yeah, you could upgrade them, go to different smiths, and get them upgraded. That would have been cool. And that would have also led to exploration. So yes, you have the Iron Sword, the Traveler's Sword, if you will, from the actual game. You have that. And it doesn't break, but it has a durability before it starts losing, like, strength. So you have to go back to the black...
Negative bonus.
Right, it gets debuffs over prolonged usage. Where you can go to a blacksmith and have it resharpened. And then you can go to other blacksmiths and get it upgraded to have it like plus damage.
But if you like doing that,
Well, I wouldn't say it should break, but eventually the debuffs come to the point where...
So basically, you
It's
just hold on.
Yes.
So basically, what you want is Zelda to become Diablo. That's
Sure.
all you.
I've never
fucking
played
said.
Diablo, so I have no
That's
idea.
exactly the gameplay style you
No.
were describing.
So, but the thing is that
no,
fits,
that doesn't fit Zelda.
it fits better because in every Zelda game, all of your gear was permanent.
Whatever.
Every single one. until
Whatever.
this. That's why. At least if they wanted to make a durability system, they should have made it so then it's just debuffs on a weapon that was consistent.
I still want to know what the fuck the Champions Pack DLC is.
It's probably going to have something to do with wrestling the champs.
Or playing as champions.
I doubt it.
That would be cool,
Yeah.
actually, to play as the other champions.
I bought a Legend of Zelda game to play as Link.
Hyrule Warriors.
I didn't buy that
Argument
one.
is
Like,
valid.
Yeah, but Hyrule Warriors. I mean, Dynasty
that's a
Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors game with Zelda pasted on top. And you know it.
It is,
And to
but
be
it's
fair,
still
I
fun.
bought that game to play as Link, played the game as Link,
And then
and
found
then
out
played
everybody
everyone
else
else.
was pretty damn good.
I know you did.
well, it's because I wanted to get him to max level, and I never did because it kept upping the cap.
Oh god, Dragon.
255.
Oh god, Fire Emblem.
Why?
I almost forgot. Fire Emblem Warriors.
That's
fucking
one. That's
fucking
one. I
fantastic.
think that's the only Dynasty Warriors that's done that.
What is the Master Sword made out of? The Tears of Gods and Fire Gods.
Actually, yeah, you're right. That's exactly how Skyward Sword explains it.
Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. That sounds sarcastic, but no, that's true. They take literally a blade blessed by a goddess. They forge it in 3 different forges of tears and flames of the gods.
Actually, no, wait. The tears don't help forge it. It's the fire.
When you forge it in the fire, you forge it.
Well, yeah, it's quenching.
Quench the blade. in
Okay,
the
okay,
tears.
fine. Okay, I was about to say, like, the trials you do to get the tears and when you're in the dream world don't really, you don't really carry them around to forge the sword. But if you say, like, if you use the tears to quench the flames, then fine. I will
Yeah,
give you
so,
that.
and that's what makes the Master Sword above the Goddess Blade.
Speaking of Dynasty Warrior games, though,
But
Fire
they're
Emblem
the same
Warriors,
thing, though.
they did something.
The
Well,
Magic Sword
it's
is
Yeah.
they're the same item physically, but one is after the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
The goddess is
the Goddess
first.
Blade is reforged into the Master Sword.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Master Sword is reforged into the Golden Blade in A Link to the Past.
You know what I'm happy about to see in Fire Emblem Warriors, though? Team mechanics. Something that I feel Hyrule Warriors should have had.
Actually, no. I think that should be exclusive to Fire Emblem because the Fire Emblem games have introduced the tag team system
But
as of
but
Awakening.
previous Dynasty Warrior games had the double team attack.
Yeah,
though.
but Link is a solo player.
I'm just saying they should have had that in Hyrule Warriors. Could
No,
you imagine?
it doesn't fit
Like,
Legend
could
of
you
Zelda.
imagine a cinematic cutscene with Zelda and Link back to back?
There's only
slicing
one
things
instance
apart?
of Link ever receiving help from Zelda in the middle of combat, truly, and that's in the Wind Waker battle.
I fucking thought that. I thought that fucking.
But it doesn't really make sense for Zelda, but it makes sense for Fire. Absolutely.
I just got an idea. Hey Des, what if they did a dot hack Dynasty Warriors game?
That'd be weird.
That would be weird, yeah.
It would be interesting to see though.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
People have been screaming for that. No,
Knuckles will
no,
get all the love, man.
No, Doom.
Every Sonic the Fighters from
That's Sonic Battle.
Yeah, that's Sonic Battle, and holy shit, that game was amazing.
Dooms was complaining about that fake leak about Sonic Warriors. He's like, why isn't this real? I'm like, yeah, I can see that being real.
Sonic has a big enough cast to pull it off.
Fire Emblem has
I mean,
a huge
so
cast to
many-
do with
so
this.
many unused
Zelda,
features.
ironically, does not.
Putting it on the Dynasty Warriors platform,
The
and
Dynasty
like,
Warriors system is that you need a lot of things that can be disposable minions.
You mean like robots?
Dynasty Warriors got the book so well. They have the propensity of the mass to have the
yeah, but we can argue with actually Robotnik's army.
You could literally have armies of the old Badniks, the new robot series, the Egg Pawns. Robotnik has 3 tiers of robots. Gun machines.
Oh, yeah,
The Beatles and the
Hell, Bowser could do it too. He has a
the
ton of
Koopas
troops.
and the
Bombs, the Goombas,
Goombas,
the Paratroopers.
Koopas, all brands of Koopa. The
Even fucking Mega Man would work in it.
yeah.
My point is that not every game would translate well to the Dynasty system.
No, that's true.
That is true.
Yeah, no, that is true.
But I can
Like,
see Sonic
Metroid
doing
would be
it.
a little awkward in that.
Metroid would not work.
Yeah, no,
Metroid
would not work.
Metroid needs to build more characters before they do
Yeah,
something
they
like that.
definitely need more characters.
No, I agree.
But Sonic has enough characters to do that.
That's
And
why
that's a good entry to bring all the other characters in, so people will know who they are.
Well, that's why
Because it's been,
Yeah.
it's legit been like 10, 15 years since anyone's gotten to play a character other than Sonic, really.
Well, that's why it also works for Fire Emblem, because there's like 500 characters in Fire
Well, the
Emblem.
problem is they're only focusing on 3 games.
Technically 4.
What's the 4th game? And don't count itself.
Wasn't counting.
What's the 4th game?
Okay, fine, you're right. 3 games, because I was going to say Fates, but fine. You know they're going to bring in more characters, though. You definitely know that. That's a game
DLC
prime for
most
DLC.
likely. Yeah, DLC most likely, but no, the main game is only going to focus on 3 games. The Games of March, which
The
Shadow
first game,
Dragon,
Shadow Dragon.
specifically,
Awakening.
and Fates,
And itself.
and obviously itself. But those 3 games are actually inexplicably linked.
Oh, you'll be happy. Female corn is the main corn.
I saw that.
Which is awesome, because male corn's cool, but female corn is like best corn.
I have to agree.
So
That way you
Xander
can-
rides into battle on his horse, and when he jumps back up from being damaged, his horse jumps up. I'm like, the horse fucking flipped. What?
Hey, don't question him.
Not Epona, though.
Epona did that shit too, man. Sonic Warriors.
That would be interesting to see. Though I know Des is not happy about what Capcom's doing. No, not Capcom. What Bandai's doing with Dot Hack with Sword Art Online.
Not just the Sword Art Online. Bandai keeps making bad or bad decisions or ones that alienate their audiences, particularly when they're not awful reviews.
Yeah, Digimon Cyber Sleuth was a victim of bad translation.
Very bad translation. Actually, I've got a theory on that. I'm going to because I'm doing a thing with Digimon Sabers Another Mission in a few months, aka the Data Squad, and it also got awfully translated, but I'm on the bottom of this is if I can pull up the actual company name.
Wait, Dot, the Data Squad Digimon World game was terribly translated?
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of fucked up. That Spoink is dead.
No, like legit dead. You made it hard to stop.
It's not like it's
Axis GL.
XSGL. Why does that sound familiar?
They translate Guilty Gear, Zero Time Dimension, and Blaze Blue.
Oh god. Oh, I hope they don't translate Dragon Ball Fighters. Which looks fucking fantastic, by the way.
In their defense,
Watch them not even tell
it was the Data Squad translation.
No,
This-
Funimation.
That was within their absolute deals.
Yeah, but Chris did say that you're jumping.
Before they gave the notoriety in the last decade of being fucking terrible at translating anything.
You want, you know, Des? At least we can both
Like,
agree.
I can't exactly fault them there. They that they use that after is indefensible.
Yeah. At least we can both agree Bandai of America is nowhere near as bad as Electronic Arts. Oh god. Here's the thing with EA, for those of you watching. Electronic Arts is the more evil version of 4Kids, where they got big because they somehow got the rights to do every single sports game, and because America is obsessed with football video games, or football in general, that got them a lot of money. No, it is. That
Because
itself.
basketball is just as big on the video game.
That okay, fine. They also do the basketball games. They do all the sports games.
FIFA.
And
FIFA's
FIFA.
on the rise.
And
yeah.
FIFA. Yeah, FIFA's going to the
Legitimately, the only game no one cares about is baseball.
Switch. Yeah, but like EA got popular because of its Madden
Dude,
game on the NES.
I miss NHL hits. That was my shit.
That was a
And
good
of game.
game.
Then there's the whole issue with EA's internal services where you need to have account fund their protection of those accounts. It's any type of like if you keep a credit card connected to an account that's tangentially connected to that EA account, someone could hack in
much.
And pretty much just steal money by stealing the right now.
Oh, that's so good. Sorry, it's not about EA. We're talking about like figures of Iron Man.
They're
and
releasing
Mega
an
Man.
Iron Man and a Mega Man X action figures for the new game.
That's awesome. Ryken, do you want that for your birthday? I don't get that for your birthday.
No, I saw the trailer and I damn near shit myself.
I played the game. Still heard the demo.
I watched the trailer, and this is the whole thing I cared about. The trailer started that I saw with X wielding Cap's shield.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, so.
X has a new voice now and it's so good.
I don't know. I still like the day it's sitting on.
Yeah, Marvel vs.
I
Capcom.
like.
We'll get back
is that
to
the one
EA in a
they
moment.
used
Des.
In African X?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean Domo Kashu?
No, legitimately.
That's literally who he
still,
is.
It's still Ocean Dove, and I can still hear I can still hear it, but it doesn't bother me, crap. No, Chill Penguin bothers me.
What's his name again?
Mark Gaetha.
Yeah, Mark Gaff. He's
Do you
retired
have to
from
never
voice
do
acting.
that in the actual like?
He's an
the-
actual
Should he go to a
doctor.
con and do that? I would love that. That'd be fucking
What here?
hysterical. Yeah, the guy going in, it's like.
Oh, rest in peace, Maverick Hunter X series.
No,
Rest
seriously.
in peace.
It's
No,
fucking
it's-
dead, and you know
You
Capcom
said that.
won't
Go,
revive it.
like, no, seriously, nothing is dead. We can't. That's
Okay,
not an
fine.
argument.
Okay, Crash and Metroid are back, but
Golden
Capcom.
Sun came back after 10 years, and then it got ruined.
I still gotta play that Golden Sun.
We don't talk about Bubsy coming back.
Bubsy! Bubsy's coming back!
You haven't even played a Bubsy game.
Don't care!
Anyway, getting back to EA.
But no, you do need to play Golden Sun.
Here's the reason
No,
why.
I played the first two. I just played the first
But getting back to EA. When they got big, after their Madden games got them so
That's
much
debatable.
money,
Whether they need to play it or not.
it was just
Well, I played the other
Cloud and Sales voice actor
Yeah.
Takeru Sakurai earlier.
yeah.
Dude, I went
He's
den,
over
I went
with
den
Rivals.
hunting. I went den hunting.
Whoa. The voice actor for X in Japanese is the same voice as Cloud.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Sale, yes. Takeru Sakurai.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, I'm putting X in Japanese.
But getting back to EA, they made a lot of money from Madden. They purchased Origin Systems, fucked over, thank you Des for the wiki link, I'll look at that when I get home. They fucked over Ultima 8 and Ultima 9, and then when 9 really underperformed, they killed off Origin Systems completely. Fast forward a couple years later, they helped Double Fine make Brutal Legend, which was a
Brutal
fun-
Legend 2.
No, not happening.
What is it?
No, Tim Schafer doesn't have the money.
Just announced it again.
Bullshit.
It's
I am
probably
calling.
Gonna,
I
it's
am
probably
calling,
going to be crowdfunded, just like Psychonauts.
I am calling bullshit on
No, I seriously just saw it.
it. You
like,
find
this
it
morning.
and you find it and you link it.
Alright.
Getting back though, they effectively helped him make Brutal Legend 1, but what they didn't do was they didn't advertise it as an RTS. They advertised it like a God of War game. Game comes out, performs well, makes a good chunk of money. Tim Schafer said, okay, we're going to start working on making Brutal Legend 2. EA pulls, okay, he seems pretty confident. That doesn't mean that he's
As of
developing.
2 days ago.
That doesn't mean that he's already developed.
No, I didn't say he was developing it. I'm saying it. He still plans on doing it.
Planning and doing is
The
completely
thing
different
is,
things.
now Tim Schafer is pure crowdfund.
Yeah,
Kind of like how Psychonauts.
and Mighty Number 9.
We don't talk about
Yeah, but getting back to the game. And then they pull out from Tim Schafer, said, good luck footing all the bill. Tim Schafer's company, Double Fine, nearly goes bankrupt because of what EA did. EA then got a hold of BioWare. Dragon Age Origins was still in production by the time they purchased BioWare, so their hands were off. Dragon Age 2 was a completely different game from Dragon Age 1 because EA got their grubby little hands in development. The same thing happened between Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 and in Mass Effect Andromeda. It's amazing that BioWare is not fucking
Holy
dead.
shit. I have to show you guys. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I was playing Andromeda and it ripped out hard.
Playing Electronic Arts.
I think the bigger problem with Mass Effect 3 and Andromeda is that
No, he isn't. But at the same time, EA gets their grubby hands during development and changes what the people do. Dead Space 1 and 2, they were Resident Evil 4 in space, but they were still scary games and they weren't a military shooter. Dead Space 3, on the other hand, is a straight-up military shooter. And after Dead Space 3 underperformed, because guess what? It wasn't what the first two games
I've been
were.
playing,
They killed the company that made that
Resident
game.
Evil 1 recently.
Ooh, that's a good game.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It feels like Luigi's Mansion, but hardcore.
And then, here's another story that pisses me off. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning was a game made by... had 4 legendary figures in the game.
Wow, what a useless TM.
It's like, they had Grant Kirkhope composing the music, Todd McFarlane designing the characters, here's and R.A. Salvatore writing the story and the lore of it, and the guy who made Elder Scrolls 4 made
No, they really don't.
No, they
don't.
don't.
They get like slightly stronger, like a level or two, but each different one you go to is different tier.
And then
So there's one that's like level 30s and 40s, and then there's one that's like 40s, 50s.
But here's the thing. EA stupidly gave the company $38 million
I think
to
it's
loan
the Relgam Tower.
to develop Kingdoms of Amalur.
And then the Fennec Coliseum is the 40s, I believe.
They
But
gave
they're all like basic Pokemon, but they're level 40. It's stupid.
gave him like $38 million to develop Kingdoms of Amalur and said, if this doesn't sell within the first week and make back as much money, we're going to pull the plug on the entire company. Here's the thing, EA didn't advertise the game, even though the game in itself was actually a fun game. And because they didn't advertise it, they released it in the year when Mass Effect 3 and Diablo 3 were both coming out at the same time.
So pretty much they caught no self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yep, and they pretty much destroyed a promising game studio by completely destroying them by just having only one game out, and despite it not being as good as it could have been, was still a fun game. But because EA fucked them over, they basically left many people without jobs. They hate anything that has any kind of promise to it.
They're taking our jobs!
You know what I hate?
They're taking our
You
jobs!
know what I hate? Screw it down. Keep fucking up everything they get their hands on. They apparently just released another DBZ death battle the other day.
Oh yeah, 18 lost.
18 versus Captain Marvel.
No, 18-1.
18-1?
18-1.
Well,
Are you
she's
sure
better
about
if,
I'm
based
sure.
on what they were going on.
No.
They gave her all the wrong abilities.
The energy absorption thing they
Yeah.
sourced as being a, presumably in the cyber model androids due to Android, Super Android 17.
No!
Yeah, no, they gave her
No!
absorption technique.
Yeah,
No! No!
No,
That's-
no.
No!
It was also an equip item you could get in one of the games, where if you struck something, you'd get energy, which was based on the absorption technique.
This is bullshit.
And no, and that's where I'm like, absolutely not.
The point either way is that that's not a canon ability.
No, the
No,
thing
it's not.
is
Yeah.
the problem is Screw Attack doesn't use only canon stuff. They use anything that's ever come out of this character, ever. Period. Which is why, like, for The Legend of Zelda or Link versus Cloud, it
It's
was
the only reason why
every
Link
incarnation
beat
of
Cloud.
Link versus Cloud. Link has 12 games that he can pull from at the time.
And Cloud only
It
has
has two.
one.
Two if you count Birth by Crisis Core.
Though technically he wasn't playing for the
And
first.
a quarter.
Yeah, but no, like, he had almost nothing to pull from. And to be fair, though, Link still won because of gear, not necessarily because of skill.
And because the Master Sword recognized Genova.
Genova's not evil, though.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's a malevolent force. The game describes it as a malevolent
No,
force.
it's used for malevolent things, but it doesn't make it evil. It's literally an ancient. It's the same thing as Eris. It is just as evil as Eris.
Speaking of Death Battle, Metal Sonic versus Zero.
No. Metal Sonic has that.
I don't know. Zero is pretty fucking extreme.
No, he's extreme.
Call it death battle because they do get pretty damn ridiculous.
And there's no way they eat no
They do. Like the fucking Voltron Megatron or the Voltron Megazord Death Battle. Nobody was happy about that.
No, I was calling their bullshit after I let Goku and Superman slide, which was surprising for me. I let that slide. But once we got to the White Ranger versus the Gundam, I forgot what it was called.
Epion.
Epion.
And
Are
Mike
you
and I
still
sat
butthurt
down.
about that?
No, we sat down and we
No,
did the
we didn't.
research on it, and we both concluded that it was a pretty even fight between just the basic White Tiger Zord and Epion, with leaning into the White Tiger Zord's category. And then they were like, and then they're like, he gets the Megazord, and I'm like, sold.
Megazords aren't agile.
They're not agile, however, they're basically near indestructible. Other than, like, the White Tiger Zord, by their own description, took a one-shot attack and walked it off.
Though,
And the
Hold on,
only thing
hold on,
Epion
hold
has
on.
going for him
Hold
is
on.
his sword cut through a regular
wasn't a
space station.
It wasn't a regular
It was
space
a
station.
giant
It was
ass
a
space
giant armored space station.
Okay, what was it made out of? Steel.
No.
Tempered steel, most likely.
In a fictional universe, you know there's a stronger metal than titanium.
Yeah, it's gundranium, and it's used almost exclusively for the
For
Gundams.
the Gundams themselves.
Yeah,
The colony was not used.
it was made out of regular materials, and the Zords have been shown to be slammed up against just about everything and not take a chance. They're basically Magitech, based on the English iteration at least.
And then the Megazord lost the Voltron.
Yeah, no, I didn't even see that. I don't know. Wait, did they use the original Mighty Morphin?
Yes, they did.
As well
Yeah,
as
it was original.
powers are providing shielding and just internal energy to allow them to function like shields come down, basic kind of destruction, obviously that you might do. So it's pretty much the only reason they get to function as combined mechs is magic. Yeah, it's magic.
No, it's literally Magitech.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, we
And
do
most
that because
Megazord-
in the English version, Zordon's a fucking wizard. Literally a wizard. He is a tech wizard. And
Oh no, not teenagers! Yes, all fun.
yeah, fucking teenagers. But no, like,
Oh,
and then in the
God.
Japanese, he's also a wizard.
Yeah, he's also.
But then they're summoning gods, lowercase g gods.
That wasn't exactly Zordon.
No, I'm saying the Zords were gods.
But no.
No, you're talking about the wizard. That's not
No,
really
they
character.
use that footage for the English Zordon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
He
technically.
is the wise man who's technically leading them because
and again, they use the English in the English. That was his normal form because they used that a few times to be like, I was fighting this guy at this one point, and they used those times.
they did use footage of bars I had on screen.
So that's why I refer to it as Zordon. But in that case, they were gods. So if you want to use the Japanese, I'm pretty sure gods beat tech for the most part. Just gonna throw that out
Okay, so how come the Megazord couldn't really beat the Voltron Zord when Voltron is not a god?
because
Fuck
True
you
attack
logic.
is wrong. True attack is wrong. Well, I will tell that to their face even.
So it's technically not Magi.
Well, no, in the Japanese it's God. It is literal gods in the form of machinery.
Since we're talking about
In English, it's pure magic because it's a different setting altogether.
speaking of Sentai stuff, Des, I know you don't like Zoo Ranger, but
True Ranger.
Zoo Ranger, but what you say that it's a much more tolerable show than Din Ranger, the show that the next Power Rangers show is being based on?
The currently running Power Ranger show.
Yeah.
Oh god, yes. It's mostly harmless because it is. It's just like
It's just there.
you demean your main characters and for the glorification of guest child actors. That is not a good thing. And
What?
when the show was actually pretty decent, but they excluded the guest child actors. Most of the episodes where they did that, he were bad.
Or Genji?
He's the best character.
The yellow one?
Yeah, he's-
No, because the yellow one in Zoo Ranger is a male.
I like how in the second season, the Die Ranger, they all had different fighting styles.
Yeah.
The Yellow Ranger was jumping boxing.
That shit was all.
What did Die Ranger get based on in Sentai in America?
Didn't.
was what was used for the Megazord footage of Power Rangers Season 2.
The
and
Thunder Zords.
Oh,
were that.
okay. It's the
The thing is, they
Thunder
never took the costume change, so they couldn't use any stock footage.
with the exception of the White Ranger.
And that's why they added the White Ranger, so they could use some of the stock footage. Well,
He is an
they
ass.
could have very easily brought him back and not brought in the Rocky character.
But no, they can't do that because Jason David Frank and Austin St. John don't like one another.
Well, Austin St. John wasn't even really around at that point. They literally were like, dude, we need you to come back for just this one last episode, and they actually ended up fighting to do it.
It's because him and Jason.
No,
don't
like
each
they
other.
were all three of them. Walter, what's her actual name?
Amy Jo Johnson.
No, Amy Jo Johnson. No, I'm talking.
Oh, I forgot what, like, Tiny
Yeah.
or something.
Well, okay. Jason, Trini, and Zach were all leaving, period, regardless, because they weren't getting paid enough, is what they said. That is their actual statements. And they all left. And half of the reason those seasons weren't that good at the beginning is because they weren't even showing up for their scripted roles. They had to fight with them to get them to come back on the set to do the transfer of power episode. Which was after the White Ranger. Which is why the White Ranger became the leader, because they'd already bailed.
They were absent before that.
They were
Like,
absent?
The entire arc where they introduced Rocky out of the
Yeah.
shot, they were already gone.
They were long gone. That's what I'm saying. They only had those Rangers there in costume,
It's like the
and they
last
didn't have any
time they
lines.
were there
And then
was
on top of that, you only saw the-
Tommy came back to
You only saw the backs of them.
But you know what, though? At least the transfer of power introduced us to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah.
That was I'll give you that, absolutely. But no,
Who has been in more team-ups than Jason David Frank has.
okay, that's fine. I'm just
No, I'm
look,
just saying
I
that's
know you
ironic.
hate Jason David Frank, but your logic behind it is unsound.
It's not that I hate him, it's just I think that he could be more humble and not be a jackass.
He's not. He's actually one of the most outgoing Rangers there are.
Sure, but he still acts kind of like a jackass to anybody.
He is an egotistical jerk, but he is good to his fans.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he has a abrasive personality, but I mean, don't we all have a little bit of asshole in us?
We do, but here's the thing. Well, the original Zack, I don't know his name.
Walter Jones.
Walter Jones. Walter Jones.
Louis Trank, that's her name. That was the original Yellow Ranger. Why can I not?
Who tragically died in a car crash.
Yeah, that was.
Rip indeed. But he said in
That's
an
up for
interview,
respect.
he said in an interview once, he's like, I have let go of what happened during the old days when Austin and Jason
You realize
would
that
be
line
dope.
is like 15 years old now.
No, it's not. Maybe. But he says, like, I let it go because during times when we were shooting, we would have to stop because they would physically start punching one another, and we had to pull them apart for hours before we could finish it.
I mean, you know what that is, right? It's two alpha males butting heads.
Yes,
that
that's
happens
exactly what
all
it
the
is.
time.
That's exactly what that is. And Austin St. John decided, you know what, I'm going to be an actual adult and move on because we were both young alpha males in our prime, and I'm going to let it go now because it's just a
And he walked out though. The thing is
he
left
came back several
disgraceful.
times. He came back
but he
several
left
times.
disgraceful.
My point being, though, is that afterwards, he's like, I'm not going to let this run my life. Jason, on the other hand, whenever somebody asks him about it, he's like, I'll still fight him. I want to fight him right now. I'm still going to hold a grudge about it years later. I'm
to
like,
be fair,
I'm like, you're 40
his job
years
is fighting.
old.
Like, that's his job.
I'm like, you're 40 years old, and you're still not over a dumbass grudge that happened when you were in your teens. 20. Okay.
Yeah, they were not actually teenagers.
Well, they were still in the mindset.
No, they were portraying.
No, in your young 20s, you still feel like it's.
I still feel like a teenager now, but I know I'm not.
Point is, if he's okay, I'll give you this. To his fans, Jason will do anything. But being an actual adult and letting things go that happened 30 years ago, for some
Here's
reason,
the thing. From
just
what
is
everything
foreign
we've
to him.
seen, he doesn't instigate.
No, he doesn't. It's his fans that instigate it,
Yeah,
and then
if
they
his
rile
fans
him up.
bring it up, he'll go into it. And to be honest, how do we know that's not just part of him being good to his fans and giving him the show? But in all honesty, it's a sign of a real man. Even if you're holding a grudge, to work with the man.
Well, you know what?
That's the
They
true
at
sign
least-
of maturity.
They at least let it go for a bit for the premiere of the new movie.
And the Red Ranger review.
And the Red
And
Ranger.
Zeo.
And Theo. And
No, that's what I'm saying. They've clearly moved on. It's just he's still okay. Yeah, he'll hold it, but as long as he doesn't act on it, that shows he's mature. And let's be real, Tommy was sold the show after season 1.
Yes, and I hate that.
I don't know why. I know you have
Overrated piece of shit guy is what Tommy was.
He was literally the character who was most into his role. He was the best.
Well, he
as
should have
his
been the Red
character.
Ranger then!
The problem is they could have just changed him to the Red Ranger, as
No,
you said before.
no. What I mean is, he should have been the original Red Ranger instead
They
of Austin
recruited him
St.
after
John.
Austin St. John.
They recruited him after, and after the Green Ranger stuff was supposed to happen, he was supposed to go and be the star of VR Troopers.
The what?
He was supposed to go to VR Troopers. But
was-
VR Troopers bombed.
Wait a minute, he was going to be in VR Troopers?
Yeah, he was going to be the star of VR Troopers instead of,
are VR Troopers. Dream virtual reality.
I'm sorry, that song was so fucking
Oh wait a minute, isn't that the Sentai show where they had a Mega T-Rex in Cyber World?
Yeah, that's
Superhuman Samurai Cyberswarm.
Jason David Frank was in that show?
supposed to be.
The Troopers was the one that was made out of 3 different Metal Hero series, so it was like they looked more like robots.
They did. They really did. See, this is why I like talking with Des about Sentai shows or Power Ranger shows, because he knows so much more shit about this than I do.
No, I don't even know that shit, but like it makes a lot of sense though. Like he was gonna move on, but then probably what happened is specifically Austin St. John, Walter Jones, and Louis Tron were all abandoning their posts basically. So they're having to recast, and they needed a new poster.
They found the Tommy, the Green Ranger, to be ridiculously powerful. Cybertron was still in. Cybertron, the original version of the Emperor version, was still in development, but since he became the breakout character and they wanted to do CO2 stuff, they commissioned CO2 stuff to get power from such a big hit. They decided to scrap him from there and brought him back to footage of CO2 stuff.
And new powers.
When things started to break down once the cast. Maybe because Saban was getting ridiculously rich off of them, and that
They were still getting paid
they
shit.
were getting less than the wage. That was what was breaking down backwards. Billy, Tommy, and Kim were seen as more marketable because they had been given more screen time in the series than Jason, Zach, and Trini and nothing.
Kind of a stark contrast today where the Red Ranger gets so much attention.
Less valuable as actors as he plays, so so they can actually make up cars because they can't afford their own housing, and I'm deciding this actually happening. That's why that whole thing broke down.
Damn.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't justified on their side, but I also find it hard that Walter Jones specifically wasn't considered a marketable character. Because honestly, out of all the Rangers from season 1, other than Tommy, he sold it the best.
Yeah.
He did. He pretty much had one story up to him and nothing over
No, that's true. That's very
And
true.
being
was-
an exact clone of Jason. Just in love with karate stuff.
Well, everyone was in love with karate stuff. Except for
Except
Billy,
for
who was
Billy
trying
and
to
Trini.
be in love. No, Trini was in love.
No, she was an acrobat. She was not really
No,
martial
you're thinking
artist.
Kimberly.
Kimberly. No, that's what I meant. Kimberly. Sorry.
Kimberly. And but again, but Kimberly was the typical teenage girl, and all the boys wanted to date her. And then Billy was so over the top nerd, it was painful.
Yeah, can we
watch.
this is why I give the movie Napoleon Dynamite a lot of shit, because that stereotypical image of a nerd
Is Billy? That's what they did to
and
Billy.
and you know what? Most nerds don't look like that anymore.
Yeah,
Look, Tina can get you dinner.
down in the following seasons, as the problem in season 1 is every time we got ridiculous techno babble coming from Billy's mouth, it was an episode written by and Cheryl Saban. Yeah, as in Saban, Cheryl.
The guy.
Right.
Can we all just agree though that the Disney era of Power Rangers is much better than the Neo Saban era?
I
Yes.
couldn't answer that. I've never seen anything from the Disney section.
Time Force.
Nope.
Wild
Of course,
Force.
it's not Disney.
I'm gonna
Oh
say.
wait, no, you're right. Time Force is Neo.
All right.
Saban.
Here's my entire Power Rangers experience. Okay. Mighty Morphin seasons 1, 2, 3, Alien Rangers. Yeah.
Alien Rangers is part of season 3.
I'm gonna say it's different because it has its own thing on Netflix.
And Netflix is wrong.
Well, I'm just saying they have a separate season 3 and then a whole 10-parter of a separate thing.
Zayden, you're wrong about this.
No.
It still has the same episode Barbie's production schedule in which it's part of season 3.
It also has a different intro though.
And that's something Saban did.
Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. They changed up the song and they have a whole new thing.
Then that's Neo Saban's work.
That was the original.
No, that was the original thing, but it was a miniseries counterpart as season 3.
whatever it is.
Anyway, keep going.
So Mighty Morphin through Alien Rangers then. Zeo,
Turbo.
the Turbo movie.
You didn't watch Turbo the series?
Nope.
You didn't see In Space or Lost Galaxy?
Nope.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Those are two of the best series.
I didn't have TV.
Watch it on Netflix then.
I'm currently working my way through all the Power Rangers. I'm stuck with...
No, Prompt Mighty Morphin. No,
done.
Prompt Mighty Morphin. Even go beyond Zeo. You
No,
don't
I
Prompt
haven't.
Mighty Morphin.
I haven't even seen all of Zeo. Okay.
No, listen. Prompt Mighty Morphin. Ignore Zeo. Go to In Space. Then Lost Galaxy.
I can't. I have to do it in order.
Considering In Space has story arc things to carry over from previous seasons, it would kind of figure well for him to go from season 3 and work his way forwards.
But he has to go through Turbo, and Turbo's fucking terrible.
No, I plan.
Is ironically better than its source material.
Yeah.
I honestly,
But it's still terrible.
I plan to watch every season of Power Rangers.
Good luck with that. Because
Look, I already hate myself.
Even in the Disney era, Mystic Force got so stupid.
No, honestly, I wish Ivan Ooze was a real villain.
Overdrive was even more stupid, but that's mainly because they were screwing up what they were actually intending to depict with that series.
Well, at least, you know what? At least Turbo didn't have Masters transforming into beast forms of their Zords.
Jungle Fury is worse, too.
Yeah, he's tough because he's all about double team.
Yes, Phase, Turbo is awful, but,
I think that's 5.
oh, 5, sorry.
55742.
I'm just gonna call you 5.
No, legit. I only had the movie as a kid, and I was interested in it because Jason and Kimberly came back, and they even made a reference, which kind of bothered me.
The problem with that movie is that the guy who wrote it insists it's canon, when every other creator goes, no, that movie's not canon.
No, I thought it is canon. It's
It's
a transition from the.
It's not canon.
It literally.
It is canon, it's just that it transitions shortly from Zero to Turbo. There's this whole thing on the page about the Zero Turbo transition being just trying to equal Zero now.
But here's the problem with that. The Zeo Crystal is supposed to be making their powers even stronger. That's the entire point of the Zeo Crystal, is it has unlimited energy. They're supposed to be getting stronger.
As I said when I reviewed Zeo last December, is my rationale for it is them supersizing themselves, kind of screwed with its power scope, with the amount of power you get in all years. So, yeah, it's power, but that power is not unlimited in the Zeo themselves.
AKA, we're running out of excuse to not use any higher than again to be used motion battles with the all of the field suits. Let's just go to
Well, yeah.
Power Rangers.
They also need an excuse to transition to the next set of stock.
And that's the big problem with that movie. They cut every single bit of it that helps assist in that transition.
Yeah.
The only thing they have left is kind of trying to work into the big Zero Ranger, which gets shorted out in the circumstances they have. Well, they as the Power Rangers haven't exactly used the condition before, but prior to set my teams have. So that actually is the being overused powers of the Zero Crystal, whether they get to fail on a charge. Thus, those big powers that only have that location.
And then Turbo nearly killed the franchise.
Arguably, would it have been so bad if we killed it early?
Maybe.
I don't know. I think we gained some good shows, but we gained a lot of bad shows too.
If I had to rate,
Like
Power
if
Rangers shows I really
Zeo
liked-
was the last series, that wouldn't have been so bad.
No, I agree there. No, I would kind of like it if In
Or
Space.
the last good
was-
series.
No, In Space.
In Space, I think it would have been ending it on a definite high. But
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Zeo wouldn't have been a bad stopping one either.
But In Space is literally like the perfect way to end off the money. Because that was supposed to be the final season of the show. But then In Space got really popular, Power Rangers got more popular again, so in Lost Galaxy happened.
No, his whole strat is double team.
Yeah, while In Space is great and Lost Galaxy was great too. Though Lost Galaxy did have some problems.
Slavin took the money he needed and became a lawyer.
He became a lawyer?
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
It's almost half lost.
Yeah. But, so, I was actually surprised when Des and I were talking about the new movie, the 2017 reboot. Zayden doesn't like it, but when I went and saw it, I was actually like, wow, this was not as terrible as I thought it would be.
It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but I would honestly rather watch.
It is a pretty generic movie, but
I would rather watch the Ivan Ooze movie.
I think it was just not that good.
Value to it and is more rippable in a so bad it's.
No, like, legitimately, Ivan Ooze was an extremely well-written villain
No, he wasn't.
for Power Rangers.
Okay, yeah, you haven't actually seen any ridiculously good film.
Well, okay, arguably those couldn't even count those because he came out long before them.
Then you have to actually get through all the others because there are
No,
much better villains.
I'm saying where he was written in comparison to everything else that came in his era, he was the best.
Yeah, Ivan Ooze wasn't bad in that context, but Zed, I argue, was still better than him.
Oh, I love Zed, but Ivan Ooze was still an interesting original character.
No, my personal favorite big bad guy from a Power Rangers show, Mesagoth. Mesagoth was a perfect villain. Dino Thunder. You would like it because Tommy's bad.
No, I heard about that. I couldn't watch it.
He
It
was
was super corny.
He wasn't that bad.
Mesagoth was a great bad guy.
My problem is once you start giving the Rangers powers in their human form.
That's what.
Civilian powers, that's not even the worst it's got.
Oh yeah, Samurai was even dumber.
No, that's when I'm starting being like, really, this is getting out of hand.
No, Samurai's even worse. Yeah,
But no, like,
Yeah, you know, there is not like civilian powers, that's a legitimate critique. It was something they did in the Disney era, since the actors they were getting were not trained in martial arts, so they couldn't exactly do martial arts fights with them and had to make them here. So if they wanted to be more fights, that's the time they had to go get those.
And ironically, they were filming in New Zealand, which ironically, at the time,
Oh, nice.
banned the area Power Rangers. And yet, Lord of the Rings is okay to show there.
well, it's because you're not hitting any.
Yeah. You're cutting orcs' heads off!
Yeah, but that's not like punching. Punching is clearly more violent than guns or swords, man. Well, no,
And
guns are
that is
that's
different.
why they took Michelangelo's nunchuck.
Nunchucks are no joke, though.
No, they're not.
So is fucking katanas.
I'd rather be hit katana because then I don't feel it, I just lose an arm. But if, or die or something.
Oh no, no, die.
Or die. But no, but like for the nunchucks, they're gonna beat you to fucking death. That is a brutal way to go.
That's why the bow staff should be underrated. Because the bow staff will fuck you up.
No, that will.
Staffs are masters of the battlefield for a reason.
Yeah, no, fucking.
So, Des, I'll answer this kind of nerdy question about it.
Alright,
A battle between
one more hit.
a battle between a Viking, an actual Viking, not the ones from For Honor, a knight, and a samurai.
Knights wearing armor, I have to go. Samurai does not pierce a knight's armor unless he got into one of the like weak points in its like arms, which is unlikely. So I wouldn't say a samurai would beat a medieval knight. Oh, especially because a medieval knight's sword would break the katana.
Which is weird because the katana was supposed to be like the strongest sword in history. I mean, they fold that metal over so many times.
Misconception. The samurai sword is folded so much because due to the quality of the metal in Japan not being the best for those kinds of materials, so they had to work it a lot more.
Yeah, like the more folds were good against other katanas because you're basically like the more folds I have, the stronger my blade in comparison to everything around me.
Yeah,
But when a European knight comes in, they have a giant slab of metal that is sharpened that they're swinging around, basically, in comparison.
So the victor of that fight would be either a Viking or a knight.
I'm about to say the knight.
No, don't follow that misconception that Vikings didn't wear any armor into battle.
It was all leather armor.
No, it wasn't.
They were lightweight.
No, they had chainmail. They were constantly.
Chainmail is light armor.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's fucking not.
Chainmail is medium, I would say, considering leather armor is light armor.
And not to mention the Scandinavians, which were the typical quote-unquote Vikings at the time, constantly traded with the knights because they were constantly at war with one another.
Why would
so
they trade
had
with the people they were at war with? They
Because-
were raided by them. That's how they got all their shit.
No, that is not true. That is not true. That is a
Did you ever
fictional lie.
Firstly, a fictional lie would be a truth.
No, it's not.
That's a double negative, is what I'm saying.
My point being is that preconception that Vikings didn't wear any armor in battle, had rudimentary shields and spears. No, that is
They were
that is
raiders.
That is far from the truth. They were
Really,
actually
because I'm a
more
history buff.
powerful.
I'm a history buff of specifically Europe and the Greek area. Like all the Mediterranean and the Europe, I do that. That's my thing I do for fun. And literally, there are hundreds of documents where the Vikings come and raid and then leave.
Yes,
and
they
then raid,
but they
and
still
then leave.
Yes,
They are
raid
raiders,
and they
which
trade.
makes them. They have to be quicker, more agile, stronger. They are light armor characters.
They are not light armor characters. But whatever. My point being is,
It does though, because then you can't catch anything.
It bogs you down.
It makes it so you can't really move. Like, I mean, yeah, you could technically bring it with you, but even then, it's not good for raiding. If you're going to go into a war zone, like against another unit, yes, full armor is great.
which is exactly what the Vikings would do when they went to war. They actually
The
wore full armor.
problem is they were mostly a marine base. They were great sailors, and again, they didn't necessarily go to war as we would think of it now. They would try to dominate small areas by raiding them. And then sometimes they'd fight back. And yes, then sometimes they would have to wear some armor.
A lot of chip damage and
But-
chip victories.
Yeah, but a lot of their biggest
Ugh.
victories come from sailing.
I still say that like that whole presumption of the samurai would automatically win against a Viking or a knight is just bullshit.
No.
Because
That's
samurais are
retarded.
awesome. Samurais
No,
are awesome. Don't get me
Samurais
wrong.
are in wooden armor, and their swords are
I
puny.
think the development of their skills, samurai also kind of have an upper edge.
No, definitely they have
Training
skill.
compared to knights, where they had some more developed skills and had armor. And like they had more to learn to move and had the armor, so it's not exactly completely comparable either. So in the fluidity of the moves, I think samurai have
Samurai have the edge in skill. Traditional European knights have the edge in defense because they had full plate, like true full plate. And then the Vikings are actually kind of the all-around go-to guys. They wore medium to light armor. They are quick and agile, but they're not necessarily skilled as the samurai.
Yeah, like samurai learn to move fast, hit fast, and like everything would be done in one strike. But like the evil knights were slower due to their weight and bulkier, thus and bulkier to actually be able to move in that weight armor. So it's like you can't.
But the trade-off is they could usually take multiple hits because they're not taking full damage. They don't have the finesse, but they also don't go down in one strike usually.
Yes, that too.
And then again, the Vikings are
I mean, heavy samurai armor is a lot lighter than comparable.
well, most of the time they're wood or some with
European
light
iron armor,
metal
yeah.
lining.
They did have metal armor in Japan, just it was much thinner.
It was either like metal lined or very thinly sheeted, because it was again mostly for deflecting, not of trying to absorb a full-on swing.
And here's another
Exactly.
myth that got busted. Despite being, traditionally known to have like a samurai sword, which is, the media's view on it, the samurai were more famous for their archery skills than actually being swordsmen.
Yep.
Yeah, and they were also often using they were also users of spears.
And so were Vikings. And Vikings, like, we knock on leather armor. Leather is not easy to pierce.
Oh no.
No, it's not. Because, like, rudimentary shields, when somebody says, the Vikings had rudimentary shields, I'm like, rudimentary? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Have you
was resilient.
have you tried piercing through leather?
Well, yeah, no, because I mean, all their stuff was mostly wood and leather, which because it made it easier to maneuver and it wouldn't it was good on the sea, wouldn't get rusted, it had low maintenance. But a leather-hided wooden shield is still durable as fuck.
Not to mention, the Scandinavians, which were most of the time what the Vikings were contributed with, had some of the best armors and weapons around the time. So if the off chance of a samurai, a knight, and a Viking did meet up in a battlefield, it would have to be based on who had the best terrain, who had the superior equipment, and who was more skilled in battle. What's the matter, Ryken?
What's going on?
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and call this a session.
Yeah, because we have been at this since like 9.
Yeah, it's going on 3.5 hours. It's almost 1 o'clock where we are. I think this is a good time to call it. So I do.
Good time.
Oh yeah, it's good having you, and maybe we'll do this again sometime. But I do thank everyone so much for joining us. If you want to check out Dez's channel, is in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching.
We'll see you all next time.
See you guys.